Good morning. It is 7 a.m. on Wednesday, November the 25th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect thunderstorms with a high of 77. Coming up today on Off the Bench, presented by All-Star Toyota, ESPN's Booger McFarland stops by at 7:15. Chef Michael Johnson answers your Munchies questions at 7:30. Ben Mintz of Barstool Sports has a six-pack of picks at 8 a.m. Latest edition of Would You Rather Wednesday, and UNO head basketball coach Mark Schlesinger at 8:30. Follow today's show on Twitter at OTB_ESPN. Watch live at the 1045 ESPN YouTube channel. You interact inside the Bayou 4 chat. And make sure you're subscribed to the Off the Bench and Off the Bench Overtime YouTube channels. Set your notifications. New content is posted there daily. Hour number 1 of OTB starts right now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Off the Bench, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, 100.3 ESPN Radio in New Orleans, 94.7 ESPN Alexandria. Online at 1045ESPN.com. Happy early Thanksgiving to you. We've got a foot out the door already at 7 a.m. We'll be here until 10 o'clock this morning. We'll get a preview of UNO basketball as Coach Mark Schlesinger starts his 10th season with the Privateers. 8:30 this morning, Coach Schles will be here. 8:15, Would You Rather Wednesday. Jump inside of the Bayou Ford chat app. We're on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN station. Paint us a scenario. We'll talk about it at 8:15 this morning. Ben Mintz from North Carolina celebrating Thanksgiving with his family out of New York City. We'll get an update. 5-1 last week on his six-pack of winners. Mintz coming in screeching hot. Hot.
Also, Egg Bowl this weekend. Get a little Egg Bowl preview from our guy Mintz.
Egg Bowl, Iron Bowl weekend in college football. Over 150 college basketball games have been canceled due to COVID concerns. LSU basketball is set to tip off tomorrow. Give a small preview before we get out of here. 7:30 this morning, the chef is here. Chef Michael Johnson answering your food questions. Pre-Thanksgiving, whatever questions you have. Jump inside the Bayou 4 chat app. Just make sure you use the hashtag Munchies. We'll talk NFL with Booger McFarland. 7:15. Starting to get the picture, people. No open segments here. As fast as this radio show can happen, we're trying to make it happen.
I mean, if we stumble into an open segment, I do have a ton of thoughts on this college football playoff.
Save it. Save it for the listeners between 9 and 10 a.m. I could care less.
Okay, I got a ton of in the OT, I got a ton of college football playoff thoughts. We got some Pelicans thoughts as well. As that roster set, man.
Yeah.
We're good. 14 players under contract, right under the luxury tax. The Pelicans.
I love the Ingram contract.
Are ready to roll. Ingram contract's great. The Steven Adams extension is nice. What? Come on now. Let's just do this real quick then. What's wrong with Steven Adams?
A little old.
He's 27. What are we talking about? He looks old. He looks like he's 35.
His game is old.
No. Steven Adams, ironically, going to be the highest paid Pelican player this season because he signed a 4-year, $100 million deal with OKC. He's on the last year of that. And then because of crazy NBA rules, they had to throw him an extra couple million to get this trade kicker thing removed so that he could be signed to an extension. So Steven Adams is going to make $28 million this year. Zion.
That's a lot.
Zion will be.
That is a lot for Steven Adams.
No, timeout though. But it's not really. That's not the right way to view this. With the extension, the extension's $15 million.
This feels like an open segment. Get me out of here.
Chill. Point is, it's just a little funny quirk. He's highest paid. Ingram second. Where do you think Zion ranks?
He's down there. Rookie contract.
Yeah.
I mean,
6th.
Okay.
Not even in your top 5.
What is his rookie deal? What is the number one pick?
I can't tell you. I know that he's making $10 million this year.
Okay.
So yeah, I think JJ makes more, Ingram makes more, Adams, and we'll get to it in the OT.
And they dealt Favors back to Utah. Right?
So
Favors is off the.
Did Favors walk or did they deal him? He is off the books though.
And he's back in Utah.
He's back in Utah. Yeah, I think he just walked. I don't think so. The Drew Holiday trade ended up being a 4-team trade. That involves all kinds of moving parts. George Hill now ends up elsewhere, And
I saw Bogdanovich is with the Hawks now.
Yeah, and that's even like kind of being. We'll get to it. David Griffin, really a lot of shuffling pieces and all of this, almost like some sort of chess grandmaster.
Headlines, November 25th. Here they are on this pre-Thanksgiving holiday, brought to you by Barbecue Guys.
Barbecue and turkey.
OTB headlines are brought to you by Barbecue Guys. They are your one-stop shop for everything outdoor kitchens and living. Barbecue Guys, helping America host better barbecues since 1998.
I did post the turkey bites recipe to the Twitter account. Very simple. Very, very simple.
I've never had fried turkey, I realize.
So if you want to go to my Twitter account, I retweeted it at the Off the Bench Twitter account. The recipe for the turkey bites is screenshotted there for you. Alabama is number 1 in the initial college football playoff rankings, followed by Notre Dame, Clemson, and Ohio State. BYU debuts at number 14 despite a 9-0 record up to this point. The Tide are among 4 SEC teams appearing in the top 9 of the initial rankings, along with Texas A&M at number 5, who LSU is slated to play this weekend at 6 o'clock. It's media day for SEC coaches. They'll be a part of the teleconference this morning. Ed Ogeron will be there. He'll also be at TJ Ribs tonight for his weekly radio show. Jabril Cox, who's the starting linebacker for LSU, was talking about this weekend's approach to the Aggies.
Yeah, the mindset for this game is to go 1-0 this week. We know every SEC game is going to be tough. You see the past 5 games that we played, 5 to 6 games that we played, it's been a battle. So we know these next 4, it's going to be a battle between Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Bama, and Florida. So we're just going to go in one each week, trying to go 1-0 and try to compete.
Catherine Guidry inside of the Bayou Ford chat app. T-Bob, give us an update on the train project. How did it end up?
It's going very well.
It's not done.
Well, no, now, so it is all set up. Okay, so I have the tree stand on there, no tree yet. And I have all the little Snow Village pieces. So today's goal is arranging the pieces. Nice, and then I got to figure out where do I need to drill holes to hide the wiring to keep them lit up. Okay. So that'll be that's the project. Luckily, my father-in-law is an expert and has his own platform at his house, and so he is going to be my guide as we drink whiskey and figure it out.
Excellent approach there with the layered days.
Yeah. No need to try to fit it in all in one day. Let this thing breathe a little bit. Don't rush it and get it wrong, right? Better to take your time. That said, the frame
OTB approach.
The frame on the bottom will be replaced next year because it was some poor engineering that left a little bit to be desired by me.
Denver Broncos are considered a 6-point underdog against the New Orleans Saints in Week 12 this weekend as the Saints travel up to Denver. The over-under for the game is set at 45.5. Taysom Hill going to get his second consecutive start as the New Orleans Saints quarterback.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see Taysom. Was it was it the exception? Is it the rule? Will he be consistent like he was? What happens when he does run into more trouble? But ultimately, I don't think the Denver Broncos will be the ones to expose him, as the defense is going to kill the Broncos, dude. How are the Broncos going to score against the Saints? Also, did you see who the Saints brought in? Former Broncos starting quarterback Trevor Siemian, getting a little inside info. I don't even know if it's the same OC or anything, but yeah, Trevor Siemian now your backup along with Jameis and Taysom.
Stay healthy, Taysom.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think if you get into Jameis, you're still all right with his defense. You're not
Trevor
as good.
Siemian at Oklahoma that lit up Alabama in the Dome that night? No. Who was the quarterback for Oklahoma that night?
That was Trevor Knight.
Trevor Knight.
Trevor Knight.
Remember him?
What a name. Where's
Trevor
he at?
Knight.
Nobody else does either.
Golly. But Trevor Siemian, did he transfer to A&M?
I don't think Trevor Siemian played at A&M.
Dude, I do not remember Trevor
me
Siemian.
either.
This is the weird part about him.
I think Siemian played in Northwestern.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Because I was going to say, I don't remember him until he popped up in the NFL and he's a starting quarterback. And everyone's like, wait, what? Like, who's this kid? How's he starting all of a sudden?
Trevor Knight. Wow.
Trevor Siemian, who reminds me of him this year? I think Gardner Minshew's career is taking a similar tag, except Gardner got more headlines probably than Siemian did. Drew Lock maybe heading that way, even with more headlines. We'll see.
Tomorrow, Thanksgiving's NFL slate. Texans at Detroit, 11 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Oh, sweet.
Washington at Dallas, 3:30 in the afternoon. And then tomorrow night, the Baltimore Ravens, who have 5 players and 4 staffers who have tested positive for COVID, are set to take on the undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers. That is your slate of games tomorrow in the NFL.
Not the best slate, but I will say this. What an interesting time to be an NFC East fan, where I think you're literally at this point, you've gone through so much bad that you've come through on the other side and you've arrived at a can't-lose scenario.
I'd like to argue it's a great slate for Thanksgiving because what do you want to do when you watch nap? Exactly. Jordy's on my side.
Yeah.
He's got it. Great games to nap during.
Okay,
All
you know
of them.
what? I concede. I think that's an excellent
Who doesn't
spin
want to
zone.
nap during the Cowboys and the Washington football
Yeah,
team?
you want to be guilt-free, right? Like
Turn that
sometimes
on.
on Sundays during Red Zone, I get like, I want to nap, but I can't allow myself to because it's witching hour and it's too exciting. That's a great point. I'll have no problem during these games. But as I was saying, being an NFC East fan, you're actually in a golden spot here where if you win, well, guess what? You lead the division all of a sudden. That's great. But if you lose, it just helps you with your top 10 pick. Like you simultaneously exist in the 2 most polar opposite zones. It's pretty fascinating.
Emil McClellan, a part of the OTB research department, writes in, Trevor Knight last played football for the Arizona Hotshots in the AAF in 2018.
Oh, remember the AAF?
They play 3 games?
I watched it for like 1 weekend and was like, man, this is bad football.
New Orleans Pelicans All-Star forward Brandon Ingram has agreed to a 5-year, $158 million max contract extension with the New Orleans Pelicans. That was reported by ESPN on Tuesday. Ingram, who is 23 years old, set career highs by averaging 23.6 boards and 4 assists per game last season. He became an All-Star for the first time and was named the NBA's most improved player. Those are your headlines of what's trending here on November 25th, brought to you by Barbecue Guys. When we come back, we'll talk NFL with Booger McFarland.
Off the Bench with Jordy Culotta and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Brought to you daily by Coy's Diesel. Remember online, coysdiesel.com, as you can find them there. If you drive a light, medium, or heavy-duty diesel truck, get in touch with Coy and the crew today. They're on Airline Highway out in Gonzales. Trusted name. You need 24-hour roadside assistance if you're broken down on the side of the road and you need to get that light, medium, or heavy-duty diesel truck back over to Coy's on Airline Highway to make the repair. They can take care of that for you as well. Look online to get all the information. Doesn't matter what you drive, whether it's Ford, Chevy, Dodge. They'll get you taken care of at Coy's Diesel today.
CoysDiesel.com, CoysDiesel.com. COYS is how you spell Coys. And if you have a diesel vehicle, you're going to want to know that, so that you can go check them out at CoysDiesel.com. Because, look, it doesn't matter what you need with your diesel vehicle. If, unfortunately, you break down on the side of the road and, like, maybe for some reason you were driving at midnight on a Tuesday, it doesn't matter. 24/7 emergency roadside assistance. But if you just want parts, upgrades, anything, and all things diesel over there at Coys, go to CoysDiesel.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, if not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
And an eye out for danger.
If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
Gulf Coast Bank & Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank & Trust, the bank that cares about you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital.
Join us for a Wednesday edition of Jimmy Ott's Game Time, live from Rouge Creole. Lots of action on deck for Thanksgiving Day in college and pro football. We break it all down beginning at 6 p.m. Come see us on Perkins Row or tune in here to 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, moving some things around, being off tomorrow. We'll be back with you on Friday morning here on OTB as regular programming will launch on Friday. We'll be back at 7 a.m. as Hanging with Hester and Hanny will be here at their regular time, AFR, all throughout the day. It'll be regular programming, but everybody is off tomorrow, so Chef Michael Johnson will be here at 7:30 this morning. Each Wednesday, we catch up with Booger McFarland, who is one of the faces and voices of the NFL and college football on ESPN. A former first-round pick and LSU standout is with us every Wednesday, compliments of Central Plumbing Company, and is kind to move up 15 minutes here on a pre-Thanksgiving show. Happy Thanksgiving, Boog. Good morning.
When you say I'm kind, I mean, you basically forced me through text messages to move up, so I wouldn't say kind.
I did.
Yeah. Also, we're having the chef on at your time, and to Thanksgiving, we bumped you for the chef. So just know that.
Thank you. You know what, T-Bob, I can always count on you, to be honest. Jordy just kind of does the politically correct, aggressive thing, but I know you and I can always communicate directly.
Yeah. Also, I think in negging you a little bit, I'm going to make you want to come back to me even more. It's a classic dating technique. Bug, speaking of negging you, are you ready to admit that you were dead wrong in saying that the Buccaneers are better than the Saints?
As of right now, it sounds bad, but I'm still not. And here's the reason why, guys.
He's holding out for that third matchup. He's holding out for the playoff win, and then he's going to victory lap.
No, it's not even that. I just truly believe that, and maybe I'm wrong, and if I have to admit that, I will, but I just believe talent wins out. And I think the team is too talented offensively, and they haven't clicked yet, obviously. But I just think defensively, the Bucs have the best defense. And as a defensive guy who played on a defense that was absolutely dominant for a period of time in Tampa, I just truly believe that good defense is always going to be good offense at some point. And so that's why I lean toward Todd Bowles and the Bucs defense. Now, as far as Brady and the Bucs offense, I don't know, man. Something is missing. And obviously not being able to be in that building right now, I can't quite put my finger on it, but something is missing. You got the head coach constantly talking about Brady in the media. You got Brady and AB living together, and the offense still not clicking. There's something going on. But the great thing about the NFL season, man, and T-Bob, you know this better, and Jordy, you would know this, being a bad quarterback on a lower level.
Yeah.
And what you want to be doing is peaking and gelling at the right time. And for the Buccaneers, if you told them, hey, you're going to struggle September, October, November, but December toward the end, going into January, you'll be playing your best football, I think they would take it.
Yeah, look, and the Saints seem to be peaking right now. I don't know if it's going to be too early. Maybe they continue this incline. But as a defensive guy, like you just laid out, what's your view on what you're seeing out of the Saints defensively, who since Week 6 have statistically been the best defense in the NFL?
Here's what I'll say, and I said this the other night on the show. If the Saints played the way they played against the Falcons, then nobody's beating them this year. Not in the NFC, not in the AFC. Nobody's beating them. Because when you get 8 sacks, it's not just the 8 sacks. It's the constant pressure on the opposing quarterback. And so now you got Lattimore and now Jenkins. And now those guys can use their instincts and their creativity, and they can get tips and interceptions. So if they can be that aggressive, there's nobody in the NFL that's beating them. My question is, and I think you guys know this, when they don't get the sacks and they don't get the pressure, can Lattimore and PJ and Jackrabbit hold up? That's the biggest issue. That was the issue last year. If you go back to the game against the Vikings, they didn't hold up. So I like where the Saints are defensively. I think that, again, if they play the way they played the other day, nobody's beating them.
So, and Boog, I saw your tweet where you were kind of alluding to that, and then you said you went on to talk about Sean Payton, and I mean, I'm with you, man. How can you not be so impressed with what Payton can do offensively in terms of putting guys in positions to succeed? Where would you rank Sean Payton in your NFL head coaching rankings?
Well, you know, the way I look at head coaches is I break them down. Are they CEOs or are they play callers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, especially from an offensive standpoint. If you look at Mike Tomlin, Bill Belichick, CEOs. Those guys are the number 1, number 2 CEOs in the league. They run the entire show. They have their thumbprint on everything. When you start talking about the play callers, I think I look at Kyle Shanahan, number 1, Sean Payton, number 2, Sean McVay would be number 3 for me.
Okay.
So those are the top 3 play callers / head coaches in football. And then, again, I separate the CEOs like Tomlin and Belichick into a different category.
McVay is in the group of questions that I want to ask you next. Los Angeles Rams 7-3, Seattle 7-3, Green Bay 7-3. Who's the best of the bunch?
Rams. It's really not even close. Because if you look at what the Rams do, tell me what's the difference between this Rams team and the team that went to the Super Bowl. Like, I've been searching, okay?
Yeah.
The pass rush is better because you got Leonard Floyd to go along with Aaron Donald. Defensively, they're better because you got Ramsey and this kid Williams playing corner. So even if you go back to the Rams Super Bowl year when they had Talib and Peters, like Ramsey and Williams are better than Talib and Peters, so the defensive secondary is better. Offensively, take away the name Todd Gurley, they're running the ball just as efficiently.
Really?
Jared Goff is better. Cooper Kupp has been amazing. Like, if you listen to, not the analysts, but if you listen to, like, the NFL receivers on Twitter on Monday night, when they talk about Cooper Kupp, they talk about him like he's the top 5 receiver in football just because of how he plays.
He went off Monday night.
This Ram team resembles the team that went to the Super Bowl, but I think they're better.
Can they overcome Whitworth being out down the stretch?
He'll be back. He's going to be out a while. It's November. I guarantee you Big Whit will be back come January. But if you tell me, Jordan, look at Monday night.
Yeah.
Okay, so Whitworth is out Monday night. What did Sean McVay do?
Get the ball out of the hand
He just
quick.
said, you know what? Yeah, the ball's out of Jared Goff's hand quick. He threw it 51 times.
Yeah.
So if I told you that your starting left tackle was going to be out, you would probably say, let's go conservative. Let's be max protect. Let's run the ball. McVay threw it 51 times, dude.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know if of course they missed Whitworth, but was it a glaring weakness? No.
Pittsburgh's 10-0. They're scheduled to play Baltimore tomorrow night. Now, Baltimore's having some things go on with some COVID concerns right now with 6 players, 4 staffers. So whether or not that game goes off or not is still yet to be determined. But the Steelers, Tomlin has this group right now still undefeated 10 weeks in. What do you make of them coming down the stretch?
Well, tomorrow night will show me a lot because you got a Baltimore team that's kind of like a wounded dog. It's kind of like the turkey after T-Bob is eaten it. It's bones and scraps, all the skin, all the good meat's gone.
Yep.
So now, what do? You go ahead and bury them. They got a chance tomorrow night to bury the Ravens. At home, in Pittsburgh, you got an opportunity to bury the Ravens. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Pittsburgh team shows up. Because if the team that's 10-0, that has a championship mindset shows up, we'll be able to go to bed at halftime tomorrow night. Okay? I mean, we'll be able to go fix a ham sandwich, put a little cheese on it, and, grab a nightcap and go to bed. But if Baltimore is hanging around and Baltimore is winning the game, then I think you got to wonder about the championship mindset of Pittsburgh, because they are clearly a better team than Baltimore. This should be a butt kicking tomorrow night, and it should be a butt kicking fairly quickly.
Boog, it's something that we talked about this week that's kind of random in terms of what our listening audience normally cares about, but it was what went on with the Miami Dolphins, right? And the Tua to Fitzpatrick switch in the fourth in a game where it seemed like they were perfectly lined up to go to 7-3, tie the Bills in a bye. What did you think about Coach Fleury's decision there, and really what that entire week meant to the Dolphins?
Well, here's what I'll say. I think Brian Flores, over the last year, has earned the benefit of the doubt in any decision he's made.
Okay.
Because every decision he's made has been the right one. Mm-hmm. He looked out there, and the Miami Dolphins offensive line was getting pummeled. Okay, they're giving them 6 sacks. Tua was taking a beating. And this is your franchise quarterback going forward. So do you kind of bite the bullet today, take a step back today and allow this kid to get hurt? Or do you pull him and say, hey, kind of like Jared DiNardo pulled me my freshman year. Okay, first game of the season against A&M my freshman year, I started. I was a 17-year-old freshman. Wow. Okay, I started against A&M. I got pulled at halftime simply because I was a bit overwhelmed that day. And, it really didn't, it didn't kind of set in, so I just grabbed 2 Snickers at halftime and put them in my pants and went back outside and watched the rest of the game. But he told me, he said, son, there'll be better days. You got to learn from this. So did Brian Flores pull to it so he can learn from it moving forward? I think he did. Some would say that you stunt the growth of your player. My growth didn't get stunted my freshman year.
Okay.
I started
That's a great
43
point.
out of 45 games in my career, and I moved on. So I think people can make too big of a deal about, hey, you're going to lose confidence. No, sometimes the coach knows best, and he's just trying to protect the player.
We have talked for 12 minutes, and we've talked about NFC contenders and teams throughout the league. One AFC team we have not brought up that looked like they have toyed with everybody this season has been Kansas City. If they played right, can anybody beat them?
Yeah, but I think the list of teams that can beat them is short. Pittsburgh can beat them because Pittsburgh can score with them. Pittsburgh has pass rushers up front. They have decent cover guys in the back. Okay, Pittsburgh can play with them. I think on any given day, the Saints can play with them. I thought Tampa could play with them, but I got to see what Brady and AB are doing, whether they're watching Netflix at night or going over the playbook. I don't know yet. I'm trying to figure that out. The Las Vegas Raiders are kind of the thorn in the Chiefs' side because they built their entire team to play. They've beaten them one time, so I think you got to give them credit. They played them close, and if the ball bounces their way the other night, they beat them again. Yeah. So I think the list of teams that can beat the Chiefs, there are about 3 or 4 teams. Vegas, because they've done it and they're built that way. The Saints, Pittsburgh, maybe 1 or 2 more, but that's it.
Look, have a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for working with us this morning.
All good, man. You guys have a happy Thanksgiving. Eat up plenty of ham. Turkey is for losers. Just remember that.
Wow. Okay, hot take on the way.
Hot take.
What is that, the fadeaway half-court heat check that put us through? Like,
no, that is the Akeem Olajuwon, throw it to me in the low post, turn around, jumper.
So wait, real quick. I know that you're man in the kitchen tomorrow, so you don't have – turkey is not even a choice?
No.
Well, I mean, turkey is going to be there.
Okay.
My father-in-law likes turkey, but guess what? I won't touch it. I'm a ham. I've always been pro-hog. I'm going to continue to be pro-hog, not only now, but until the day I die. Listen, there's nothing bad about the hog. Nothing. I mean,
that's fair.
Think about the hog.
No, I'm with you.
From the feet to the ears to the tongue to the bacon to the ribs to the ham. Like, there's nothing bad about the hog. I can think of so many things bad about the turkey. It's not even funny. The turkey needs help. The turkey's dry. It needs help. You got to put cranberry sauce and all kind of stuff on it. Like, think about the ham. How many times have you just grabbed a piece of bacon and just walked away and ate it?
Yeah.
Booger's showing a true Winsboro side this morning. My man, the country boy, has not left him. All right, man. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll talk next week.
Later.
All right, holla, Boog.
Your food questions, munchies.
Yeah, okay. We'll get into ham turkey later because I have some thoughts.
All right, the chef, Michael Johnson, next.
Off the bench with Kalana and T-Bob.
Central Plumbing Company. Remember, online, centralplumbing.org. Get in touch with them this morning, 925-8552. Today's the last day. If you're hosting tomorrow, get them out today. Make sure the plumbing is working. 925-8552 is the phone number for Central Plumbing Company. Online, centralplumbing.org.
Centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org. Go there today for all of your plumbing needs. I had them come out the other day because some baby wipes got flushed down the toilet. I got the snake out, couldn't get it out. It wasn't long enough. Central Plumbing comes out, literally took like 5 minutes. My problems are solved. My toilet's flushing. I don't have to lift a finger. Licensed, bonded, insured there when they said they would be. It's an ideal customer experience. And look, flat rate pricing structure means no surprises that are going to shock you out of nowhere or anything like that. So if you need any plumbing help at all, residential, or if you're in a business or an office building, they got your back. Call 925-8552 or go to centralplumbing.org today.
We opened up the playbook and expanded our coverage. Listen daily in high definition on 98.1 HD2. We are 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens. Make that thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
And an eye out for danger. If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
To all of our heroes working on the front lines of this COVID-19 pandemic, your bravery and selflessness represent the very best of us, and we want to say thank you. I'm asking everyone around the state to join me in celebrating the heroism of our healthcare professionals on the 19th of every month at 1900 hours, that's 7 p.m. Write a note of appreciation, make plans to donate to charitable organizations, or say a prayer. To learn more, visit 19thanks.org. Thank you, and God bless.
T-Bob Hebert here with
Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for a Hump Day edition of AFR presented by Pluckers. We'll preview the weekend ahead in the SEC with Russ Mitchell. It's a Whiskey Wednesday. Taylor Calandro join us. 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Chef Michael Johnson is back on OTB. Brought to you by Barbecue Guys. Barbecue Guys is your one-stop shop for everything outdoor kitchens and living. Send your questions into the Bayou Ford YouTube chat using the hashtag Munchies.
All right, hashtag Munchies inside of the Bayou Ford chat app as we are answering your food questions here a day before Thanksgiving with the best. Chef Michael Johnson's with us every week. Last week we talked about the possibility of not having this segment. People freaked out inside of the Bayou Ford chat app. We moved it up a day. The chef is great. He's here with us on Wednesday morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Good morning.
Good morning and happy Thanksgiving to y'all too. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Let's jump right into it. We put out a recipe yesterday for turkey bites, Chef. My uncle does that down in Livonia. Have you ever heard of those?
No.
All right. Let's jump. Next question.
Here we go. Hashtag Munchies.
Explain them to me. What are they?
Well, the recipe is very easy. Where he cuts up the turkey the night before, he soaks it in. I'm getting the.
Do you want to gather your thoughts?
Here it is, right here. You cut them up, marinate in honey teriyaki sauce and milk for 24 hours. You bread them in either seasoned flour or chicken fry, and then fry them up. And I'm telling you, they're like Chick-fil-A nuggets. I mean, you could stand over them.
Teriyaki.
Yeah, that sounds good. You know. Do you guys know why you use milk in something like that?
No.
Milk has enzymes in it, and it helps tenderize the turkey. Yeah.
Whoa, are you a chef or a scientist? Relax. Hashtag Munchies. What's the menu at Chef's Thanksgiving? What's the menu at Chef's Thanksgiving?
Honestly, I'm traveling on Thanksgiving Day, so I keep it nice and simple. I've got a little turkey, and I'm probably going to go over to my brother's house and enjoy it. And while everybody else is dealing with their family and chaos, I'm going to sit at my brother's house and drink a couple of beers and eat some turkey and enjoy myself and watch some football.
Okay.
Hashtag Munchies.
It's a day off. Yeah.
Nice. Hashtag Munchies. I'd have never guessed that.
The hat's on the other head.
I'd have never guessed that. Hashtag Munchies. How long should I smoke dove breast before tossing them in my gumbo?
So my rule of thumb is 2 hours, and that's just to get the smoke in there. That's not to cook them through. I mean, it really depends on how hot you're cooking your dove breast, but it shouldn't take more than maybe 15 minutes, I guess, if you're at 250 or maybe a little bit longer than that, I'm guesstimating. But.
Hashtag Munchies. What is your secret with deviled eggs?
I eat my grandma's deviled eggs. That's my secret.
Hashtag Munchies. Do you pile the first plate at Thanksgiving or make multiple trips?
Well, you pile it, of course. Doesn't everybody?
I think you pile and make multiple trips, right? I mean, I think it's a combination there.
You want to make sure and pile so you get enough before the next trip.
Exactly. You gotta
Hashtag Munchies. Chef, red wine or white wine with Thanksgiving dinner?
I think red wine. I mean, you can probably put a white with it, like a Sauvignon Blanc or something, but I like red wines.
Hashtag Munchies. What is the food you ate and will never eat again? What is the food you've tried but will never eat again?
Goodness. There's like pig intestines that I had in Chicago, which were not wonderful, which was kind of along the same lines. It's called I forget the name of the fruit, but it smells like garbage dumpster. I mean, it's awful. And I would not, durian is what it's called. And I would not suggest eating durian fruit at all.
Okay, look, great synergy from the show today. Boog said there's no bad part of a pig last segment, and here Chef Johnson comes saying maybe the intestines, the only bad part. I'm sure unless you just grind it up and put it in a hot dog.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Fresh tiger dogs.
Yeah, and obviously you need the intestine in case sausage for sure. Hashtag Munchies. Any good gravy recipes if you don't use turkey trimmings?
For Thanksgiving, I always use turkey trimmings. I like it. It just kind of adds a little substance to it.
Hashtag Munchies, best family game for Thanksgiving.
Monopoly. Man, that gets ugly. I hate Monopoly. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
It's brutal. It's
hashtag Munchies Chef, spiral ham or regular ham?
I mean, if you have the spiral ham, and I guess it just depends on what you're using it for. Like, I use a lot of spiral hams at work because they're convenient, but if I'm at home and you're cooking country style, I like the bone in and whole.
Can you explain the difference?
I don't really know what a spiral ham is.
So they basically put it on a machine and they cut up it in a spiral shape, and when you carve it, it falls off in like quarter-inch segments instead of you having to do it. Yeah.
Okay. Hashtag Munchies, stick with the ham theme. Coke or Dr. Pepper on the ham?
Oh goodness. I don't know, man. Maybe Coke, I guess. I gave up soda. I gave up soda during COVID. I haven't had one. Neither one of them sounds good to me right now. But
wow.
I suppose I'd probably take a Coca-Cola.
You might be over it.
Wait, so and I think they meant in like creating that brown crust or whatever. Okay, yeah. Just making sure we're on the same page. I like root beer, so neither.
There you go. See, I know root beer. I can get down with you.
Hell yeah, a little Barks, make a little honey ham. Actually, shout out to Tom Fitzmaurice, WWL chef guy. He taught me that back in the day. Hashtag Munchies Chef. I recently expanded my brining portfolio to include chicken and pork. Is it possible to brine multiple items at once and then freeze to cook another day?
Yeah, I suppose it is. I've never done it, but a brine will hold in. Once the salt gets in there, it definitely does. I've never mixed meats together before like that because you have to worry about bacteria. But technically you can, but you have to cook it to, like, for instance, if you put chicken in with pork, then you would have to cook the pork as hot as you would have to cook the chicken.
Hashtag Munchies Chef, oyster, cornbread, or traditional dressing?
Cornbread all day long.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, too.
Yes.
Yeah, me too. I think that's probably my favorite. Hashtag Munchies, is the correct name dressing or stuffing?
I guess it depends on whose house you're at. I call it dressing, but my dad likes to put it in turkey, so he calls it stuffing.
Yeah, we call it. I've been getting a lot of crap for calling it stuffing as well. All right,
now,
Chef.
You
from
put
Atlanta.
gravy on your stuffing? Or your dressing or whatever?
Well, okay, so this is what I was about to ask you. Because when I get a plate, I put everything together, and then I pour the gravy all over the top, like some sort of like glue to bring it all together.
Yep. You blessed it.
When you're yes, exactly, right? I baptize it. When you're going through that line, what does your plate look like when you sit down to eat?
It's kind of methodical, you know. Like I wait for the proteins to be on top so that I can get to them first and put something soft underneath it so they don't roll off the plate and get crazy on the walk back to the kids' table because that's where I sit. So that's pretty much the foundation of it.
Chef, do you make the sandwich? Do you kind of sweep the floor?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Chris Clavin has one. Hashtag Munchies turkey preference: white meat or dark meat?
You know, I guess I'm a white meat guy, but I don't walk away from dark meat either. It doesn't really matter to me, to be honest with you. I'll eat both.
Chef Michael Johnson, weekly here on Off the Bench. Got a couple coming in last minute. Catherine Guidry, hashtag Munchies. Do you start your mac and cheese with a roux?
I do. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Wait, really? Can
Yeah,
you
you
expound on this? I've never heard of this.
Make a bechamel like with milk and roux, and then thicken it with roux rather, and then add your cheese in, and you make a mornay.
Whoa. Okay, you're gonna have to text me this because that sounds amazing.
Chef,
Yeah,
have a happy Thanksgiving. Pull the Tigers through
You
on
too,
Saturday, and we
Yes,
speak
sir.
next week.
Take care, guys.
All right, happy Thanksgiving, Chef. Michael Johnson, Executive Chef for LSU. Also, I know a lot of people ask great questions, but shout out to Todd Jones. A lot of good questions for Todd Jones in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat there. Want to give credit where credit's due.
We will close out hour number 1 next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Kalana and T-Bob.
Brought to you daily here on OTB by the Lanois, LANOIX agency.com. Get in touch with Randy, Brian, and David today as they are standing by to take care of all of your insurance needs, whether it is auto insurance, home insurance, business insurance, flood insurance. They can take care of you. 749-5640. Online, LANOIX agency.com. Lanois Insurance. Remember, this is firsthand testimonies from the OTB crew as they handle all of our insurance needs. LANOIX agency.com.
LANOIXagency.com, LanoisAgency.com. Look at how awesome this Sonic the Hedgehog sweater is, okay? It's incredible. Shout out my guy Scott Prather for giving it to me. The only thing more awesome than this sweater is getting your insurance through Lanois Agency. Why? Because you don't lift a finger. They customize policies for your need. They bundle your home and auto to save you money. You can get flood insurance. You're a small business owner. You need protection. They do it all. One-stop shop, LandwaaAgency.com.
Saints coverage, Chiefs, Cowboys, Thursday night, Sunday night, and Monday Night Football. From the opening kickoff to the playoffs and the Super Bowl, the NFL lives on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Do you know someone who sets a good example for all of us to follow? Someone who, without being asked, shows leadership, selflessness, and service to their community? We believe that's the definition of a good citizen, and so does Citizens Bank and Trust.
So, if you know someone that sounds like what Jordy was just describing, nominate them to be your good citizen, and they'll have a chance to win $500 from Citizens Bank and Trust. Plus, we'll mention him right here on the show. So go to citizensbankandtrust.com for more details and nominate your good citizen.
$10,000 off MSRP on a new 2020 Ford F-150 XLT. Buy a new one for less than a used one. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
You may not know about the 4Kids Foundation, but you've probably heard of the Zurich Classic. And the Zurich Classic exists because of 4 kids. But it's what happens after the tournament that really counts. 100% of the proceeds are donated by the 4Kids Foundation to hundreds of local charities, totaling more than $40 million, all to help local children and families in need. 4Kids helps kids through golf, because every child deserves a shot at a brighter future.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Toyotathon is happening now at Corval Toyota in Opelousas.
Get into a 20 Camry for $297 a month.
So come on down to Happy Town for Toyotathon. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas.
Happy Town, USA.
Join us for a Wednesday edition of Jimmy Ott's Game Time, live from Rouge Creole. Lots of action on deck for Thanksgiving Day in college and pro football. We break it all down beginning at 6 p.m. Come see us on Perkins Row or tune in here to 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, waiting on a reply text from Boog, as I hit him when we hung up of our last segment, wishing him a happy Thanksgiving and thanking him for working with us this morning and moving up 15 minutes. I did remind him that this show is not on in the Tampa-St. Pete area. As he came in this morning and said that he still believed the Saints were not as good a team as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, Boog, what else do you got to see, man?
I know, but again, I respect.
And then he goes to the defense.
Yes.
Like the Saints haven't been the most dominant defense over the last couple of weeks.
It's bold. Okay, and if we were to break down his analysis, I would disagree with one part. Because I think I see some of what he's doing. He claims not, but it makes sense to me. First off,
kind of teeing it up.
Well, you never want to admit you're wrong until you're absolutely forced to, right? You always want to kind of You want to stay mobile, agile. You want to kind of dodge here and there, and that's what he's doing right now. We're basically shooting at his feet, and he's kind of dancing around. The problem will be, remember the original prediction that we read before the season started? I don't remember what segment we were doing, but it was Saints win the division, win both regular season games, and then lose to the Bucs in the playoffs. That is still possible. It's hard to beat a good team 3 times. I think that the Saints are clearly the better team. I think the Saints could lose in the playoffs and still be the better team. Like Danny said in the commercial break, I mean, they swept them, right? But,
easy, Boog.
But if you're Boog and they win in the playoffs, then you're justified, right? And then everything that you said, and then it reinforces all the negative outlooks on Peyton and Breeze in the playoffs, et cetera, et cetera. So he has lost many battles, a couple battles. He has not lost the war, and he's kind of hoping for a last-ditch Hail Mary. And then if they never meet in the playoffs, or if the Saints win, then you finally are dead to rights.
Yeah.
And you have to admit it. So he's just staying alive. He's just staying alive right now. But the one-point analysis I did disagree with is he talked about the pass rush, and he said, well, what about when the rush isn't getting home? Can they cover? If you look at the Falcons game, even with no Marshawn Lattimore, a lot of the rush was created by coverage. Like Matt Ryan is one of the fastest quarterbacks in the league in terms of getting rid of the ball. I think he's right at like the Breeze, Phillip Rivers, like 2.5 second average. And I want to say he was at like 2.75 against the Saints. He had to hold the ball multiple times. Like out of the 8 sacks, 5 were actually coverage sacks. And I would say 3 were the D-line just kicking ass and winning. So the coverage was there this last game, and it set the rush up for success and vice versa.
Ben Mintz is going to be here in about 9 minutes as he'll check in with his 6-pack of winners as Mintz will get us set up for the football weekend that really begins tomorrow. As we said, the slate of NFL games is pathetic. It is a terrible group to choose from. Texans at Detroit tomorrow morning at 11 a.m.
What are you talking about? There's a division lead on the line tomorrow, bro.
Washington at Dallas in the afternoon. Then tomorrow night, Ravens at Pittsburgh.
Winner leads the East.
We will see if that game happens in Pittsburgh. As we said, Baltimore right now dealing with an outbreak of COVID inside the facility. Some staffers and some players have tested positive over the last 24 hours. So we'll wait and see what the judgment will be on that game.
That would be a huge bummer to lose the one game that maybe does look like it could have a little juice to it. Sippy Sports Show on the Bayou Ford YouTube chat. T-Bob and Jordy, Mahomes or Breeze in his prime? Well, I mean, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I don't think there's really an answer there. I mean, I love Drew Brees, but with Patrick Mahomes, you're talking about a player who is, this is wild that you can say this, but no exaggeration, projecting to be the best player of all time, right? I mean, he's not 25 yet. He's got the MVP. He's got the Super Bowl MVP. He'll probably be MVP again this year.
I've heard.
I mean, who else would win it?
I've heard talking heads with pretty good credentials, really good credentials, label him that already. You know, like talk about him in the light of he's the best player that they've seen play the position.
Yeah.
Whether or not, when it's all said and done, that he has the title of best of all time. But when you just talk about,
you're right, because I mean, he's still going to have to match Brady's championships.
Right, all that stuff he'll have to do with experience and time. But as you view him in this lens right now, where he is, which I guess is his prime, right?
Well, that's the scary part. You're really not supposed to. It can't be. Well, I won't say it can't be, but with most people, we don't consider under 25 to be their prime.
I know.
We consider 28, 29, 30 to kind of be their athletic, the best mixture of, you still have your youthful athleticism, but you're combining it with that salty veteran mental ability. So no, I mean, that's what I mean when I say trajectory, is that he's done more younger than anybody in history. So who knows where he goes when he hits that traditional prime.
Yeah, it's scary to think about. I mean, it's scary to think how good he could be if that would be the case, right? I mean, but when I look at him right now, how much more talented could they be around him? Not much, right? I mean, when you think about the speed, the options, the head coach, the vision, the creativity, everything that he has around him right now, to me, is maximizing his talent, whether it be a guy like McCole Hardeman, whether it be a guy like Clyde, Tyreek Hill. I mean,
they
all
just got
these
speed
Travis
all over.
Kelce,
I mean, DeMarcus Robinson.
all these guys.
Like, not even the big names. Everybody can just fly. So, but it is a perfect storm. It is definitely a perfect storm of good, but still the biggest element in that gumbo, the roux, right? The thing that makes everything work is Pat Mahomes. And then Andy Reid's the chef. And what a chef he is. I mean, their play design, dude, the way that they just move, they just get everything counter-flowing, and you never know which way they're actually going. It's like watching, like, I don't know, like if I knew more about boxing, whoever just kind of the expert at like feigning and setting you up would be. He's just they're just master tacticians. You never know where the punch is coming from. And then he can always just land a haymaker over the top. So, yeah, he's fantastic.
Ben Mintz delivered a haymaker to the listeners last week. If you're following Mintz, he went 5-1 last week in the six-pack of winners. He is celebrating Thanksgiving on the East Coast in North Carolina. We will go up to North Carolina next as Barstool Sports' own Ben Mintz will give us a six-pack of winners and set us up for the second hour. Remember, Would You Rather Wednesday, we'll play it here at 8:15 this morning. Paint us a scenario, and we'll talk about it at 8:15. 8:30, we'll get a basketball preview from Coach Mark Schlesinger and the UNO Privateers as they tip off another season under Coach Schlesinger. This will be the 10th for the Privateers under his direction. Come back with us, Hour 2 of Off the Bench, driven and powered by All-Star Toyota.
Off the Bench with Kalana and T-Bob.
Daily brought to you by Ochsner Sports Medicine Program. That is, it's great whether you are in the listening area, no matter where you are in the listening area. In New Orleans, they've got a great spot on Clearview Parkway. In New Orleans, over in Covington on Ochsner Boulevard, at state-of-the-art facilities, and right here in Baton Rouge, over at the Grove. Dr. Jeremy Burnham here in town. He is the best. He is the doctor of Off the Bench. But he is over at Ochsner. He heads up the sports medicine program right there, and he can get you back to feeling normal, whether you're an ancient athlete, a weekend warrior, an elite athlete, high school youth athlete. They've got all types of programs over there to get you back into the game today. Online, Ochsner.org.
Ochsner.org, Ochsner.org. Look, if you would just want to get bigger, stronger, faster, right? If you're in junior high, high school, ancient athlete, whatever it is, you want to maximize your athletic potential, train with the same equipment and same techniques that the pros do, and that is non-exaggeration, you want to go to Ochsner Performance Training, Ochsner.org today.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, make not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
In an eye out for danger. If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Service Master Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. on Wednesday, November 25th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect thunderstorms with a high of 77. In case you missed hour one of the show, catch that up at the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com, brought to you by Carriages. Still to come on Off the Bench, Barstool Sports' Ben Mintz joins us next. Would You Rather Wednesday is at 8:15, and UNO head basketball coach Mark Schlesinger stops by at 8:30. Follow today's show on Twitter at OTB_ESPN. Watch live at the 1045 ESPN YouTube channel, inside the Bayou 4 chat. Make sure to subscribe to the Off the Bench and Off the Bench Overtime YouTube channels. Catch your notifications. New content is posted there daily. Hour number 2 of OTB starts right now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Off and at it, Off the Bench, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, 100.3 ESPN Radio in New Orleans, 94.7 ESPN Alexandria, online 104.5 ESPN.com. Hour 2, driven and powered, as always, All-Star Toyota. Happy Thanksgiving to you out there. The chef was here, Michael Johnson. You needed any tips, last-minute tips before tomorrow, getting in the kitchen if you're starting to cook today. Chef Michael Johnson was with us at 7:30 this morning. 7:15, Booger McFarland talking NFL. 8 a.m. we'll link up with Ben Mintz as Mintzy's up on he's on the East Coast. He's traveled down to North Carolina to spend holidays with the family. We'll check in with Barstool Mintzy.
Right now, right? See here?
Yep.
Okay.
8:15 this morning. Would you rather? 8:30, talking college basketball with Coach Mark Schlesinger of UNO. 10 years on the job with the Privateers as he starts his 10th season. We'll get a preview of UNO coming up here at 8:30 this morning. Remember, everything you hear on Off the Bench is brought back to you by Carriages of Baton Rouge. Carriages is online, carriagesbr.com. The winter selection of clothes is in and on the racks. They're on Jefferson Highway, Old Hammond. Been there since 1982. Instagram, Facebook, all the social media. Make sure you're there. Ben Mintz with us every Thursday. Another segment we moved up here, especially after Mintz's last time here. Mintz 5-1 on the six-pack last week. Woo! Feeling it going into this weekend. Mintzy, how's North Carolina? Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving to you and the family.
Oh, man, I'm in the Highlands, North Carolina. It's just beautiful area in the country up in the mountains. Got to meet my newborn niece last night, and Uncle Ben's in good spirits. But I went ahead and came on Tuesday because I'm getting back to New York on Friday. We're throwing this Egg Bowl stream up at Barstool. It's going to be huge. Brandon Walker and me on Saturday. And you gotta love Barstool sports. Feels like the Egg Bowl is more important than the Iron Bowl, which is kind of rare.
Hell yes. Mintzy, how we feeling? A little preview. You got to be liking your spot as Rivers has been up very early. She's been texting through the text group, so she's listening. How you feeling about the matchup between Ole Miss and Mississippi State a couple of days out?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because that'll be a nice way to start the six-pack.
Okay.
So,
wait, should we cue the music? All right, there we go. Let's do it. Bring it on. Go ahead.
Game, I'll go ahead and do the Egg Bowl. Look, Mississippi State played a heck of a game last week at Georgia. You know, they fought as a 25-point underdog, losing 31-24. I thought it was, maybe the best effort since week one for Mike Leach and Mississippi State. Will Rogers looked a lot better running the offense. But I still think this sets up really well for Ole Miss. State only dressed out 49 players last week. I mean, depth is becoming an issue. And what I see happening in this Egg Bowl is I think it's going to be a battle in the first half. But the pace at which Ole Miss goes on offense, running 80, 90 plays, I think State's defense is going to wear down in the second half, and Ole Miss pulls away. I'm saying 48-31 Ole Miss, taking Ole Miss laying the 9.5 first game of the six-pack.
Ole Miss -9, first play of the weekend. Mincy feeling it. Where are we going next?
-9.5?
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
Wow.
Well, I think it sets up good, T-Bob, because I think this line would have been 14 or 15 before State competed with Georgia. So I actually think that helps set this up for Ole Miss.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. Next up, I've got a quick play on Oklahoma heading to West Virginia. Man, how about this West Virginia Mountaineer defense?
Yes.
Top three in the country. We all remember Neil Brown, a heck of a coach, and Oklahoma has really gotten it together in the last 4 weeks. They had the bad losses early to Iowa State and Kansas State. Spencer Rattler isn't, he's not Kyler Murray or Mayfield, but he certainly kind of not turning the ball over like he was early in the year. And Oklahoma's defense actually has improved. So I can't believe I'm saying this, but I like under 54.5 in Oklahoma, West Virginia. How times have changed.
Wow.
When is the last time that you have gambled on a Oklahoma under? Have you ever gambled an Oklahoma under?
I don't know. I can't remember. I can't recall too often. But last week, Bedlam went under. Oklahoma's been playing a lot of unders this year, but West Virginia's been playing super low-scoring games. And the last time these two teams, this game 2 years ago was Kyler Murray, Will Greer. It was like 59-56 Oklahoma at Morgantown on the Thriller. And now I don't even think the teams combined to get to 56. Crazy.
Love it.
Third play of the weekend.
Iron Bowl, look, I just a rivalry game. I got to take the 24.5. It just is what it is. I know that's just an enormous number. Auburn always fights hard against Bama. Granted, the games in Tuscaloosa usually go Alabama's way, but 24.5. I got to take it in a rivalry game on principle. I also think hopefully Tank Bigsby can play for Auburn, but I think Bama's run defense is a little weaker this year, and I think Malzahn and Auburn should be able to run the ball some to keep them in this game. I don't think Auburn wins, but 24.5 is the Iron Bowl. I got to take it.
Auburn, the underdog, plus 24.5 on the road in the Iron Bowl is the third college play of the weekend. Where to next?
Well, okay, we're starting the NFL, and I'm not going to get on a real sore subject of Baton Rouge. I'm just going to try to make some money going against the Bengals organization for their stupidity. There's no hope whatsoever with Ryan Finley in there. They can compete. He started 3 or 4 games last year. They lost every week by 30 or 40. I'm doubling up on this game. I'm taking the New York Giants by 5.5 to pulverize them, and I'm taking under 43 as well because I don't think Cincinnati can score more than 10 points, Ryan Finley. And they deserve this. I mean, I'm not going to go too much into this. I'm sure y'all covered it, but Zach Taylor isn't qualified to coach a junior high team, and the way they handle Burrow this year, they deserve everything that's coming to them this week.
So, do you mean just because in terms of how much they threw the ball, like how much risk they exposed him to? Because Mintz, for those that don't know, you may actually be the one that injured Joe Burrow. Okay, you're really hot right now. You're 5-1 on picks. You got the new vision. You're seeing 2020. The eye test is clear. And you tweeted on a 5-1 weekend where all your predictions came true. You tweeted about how shocked you were that Burrow was surviving considering all the hits he had taken. Lo and behold, he gets taken out a few minutes later.
Yeah, that tweet did not age well, but, I'm not the one playing off the blind with Cincinnati Bengals and having Burrow drop back 45 or 50 times a game. This offensive line's a joke, and then they have not protected him. They never protected him all year as their franchise guy. I've been so openly critical of Zach Taylor. I mean, he couldn't cut of his offensive coordinator for Tommy Tuberville in Cincinnati. He gets fired there, and he carries Sean McVay's water as the QB coaches the Rams for 1 year after Matt LaFleur leaves, and then he gets a head coaching job.
That is
wild. That dude's not qualified to coach pro. I wish Joe Brady would go up there and coach Burrow. That would be a lot better. But,
okay, is that another Mincy prediction? Seeing clear 2020? I mean, maybe so. Do y'all think? Is Joe Burrow done for 2021 as well?
The severity of that injury seems...
I've heard some whispers that may be the case.
That may not be the worst thing, though.
If you can truly adopt the big brain long-term strategy, you're right, because then you lose again next year, you get 2 good draft picks, and then he comes back. But it is really tough to be a Bengals fan and want to accept that.
Yeah, it's just a horrible thing. And finally, my last play is this is a Monday night game. Seattle's at Philly. I'm going under 51. I'm just betting Eagles unders. I'm going almost unders every week on them. They're just horrendous on offense. Carson Wentz just can't take care of the football. They get down. They literally never score in the first half. And then Seattle at Philly was actually a playoff game last year. Seattle won 17-9 in Philly in a thriller. So I'm going to go under 51 here. Seattle's played a couple lower scoring. They've gone under the last couple weeks against Arizona and the Rams too.
Under 59?
51.
Okay, under 51. Got it.
All right, recapping. Ole Miss minus 9.5.
Do we need the 6 pick? Did I miss a pick?
No, he played 2 in the Giants game.
Oh, my bad.
Under the 43 and 5.5 on the Giants. Seattle, Philly under the 51 of the NFL plays on Saturday. Ole Miss minus 9.5 in the Egg Bowl. Under the 54.5 in the Oklahoma-West Virginia matchup. And then the Iron Bowl. Auburn is underdog, 24.5 points, plus 24.5. And Mintz likes the dog there, even though Alabama wins. It's just too many points in a rivalry game. All right, Mintz, thank you for checking in this morning. What's on tap for Thanksgiving in the Highlands?
Oh man, it's just beautiful up here. I got my meat market in Louisiana. So our old friends at Bergeron, all radio sponsors, sent us a bunch of food up here, and just up here with family. Just great to get to hang out with my nephew and niece. And man, this I'm telling y'all, this stream Saturday at 3 o'clock Central with Walker and me, I hadn't turned the energy all the way up at Barstool yet. I'm saving it for the Egg Bowl. Dave Portnoy hired me off this idea to counter Walker with the Ole Miss State stuff. So he's asking for it. He's getting the whole enchilada on Saturday. So check out that stream.
Yeah, like a marathon runner or a racehorse been saving the energy for the stretch run when it matters most. What do you think, man? You think Ole Miss? I mean, I know you picked him to cover and you had some good reasoning. Any other reasons why you think they're going to take it home in Oxford?
Well, I just don't think State. It just comes back to State doesn't have that many playmakers. I mean, they're running the air raid without hardly any NFL guys, skill positions, and I think Ole Miss's biggest weakness is their run defenses. I mean, it's comically bad. We saw what Harris and South Carolina did against them, but State running that air raid, I don't think they can run that power to exploit the Ole Miss the defensive weakness. And I also just come back to what I said. I mean, State with only 49 guys on scholarship out there. I just think their defense is going to wear out in the second half with Ole Miss tempo and pace. So I feel great about it. If Kiffin gets a chance to run it up, he's going to, because obviously all the rivalry and the recruiting battles and everything that goes in this game. So certainly would love to see it.
Mintz, have a great weekend. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to y'all, too, and I always appreciate y'all continuing to have me on ESPN.
Always.
Oh, we love you, Mintz.
Always. Would you rather Wednesday next?
Off the Bench with Jordy Culotta and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All-Star Toyota brings you OTB. Remember, All-Star Toyota has great selections of brand new cars, pre-owned and certified vehicles, over 90 to choose from over at All-Star Toyota on the corner of Goodwood and Airline. You can find them there. They've been there since 2005. Service department's fantastic. Tommy Wagaspack heads it up over there. If you're getting on the road today, a lot of people moving around for the holidays, whether you're traveling and you don't want to take your personal vehicle and you want to rent a car, remember All-Star Toyota has great rental specials. They can get you into a vehicle, a truck, a Tacoma, an SUV, whatever you need to do, whatever you're looking for these holidays to rent. Remember, Lisa Sessions can help you out. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com.
All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. We need more Would You Rather questions in the chat. So would you rather buy a Toyota or buy a Toyota? Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.com and answer that question for yourself. Toyotathon's going on for a couple more days to take advantage of the incredible deals. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
You may not know about the 4Kids Foundation, but you've probably heard of the Zurich Classic. And the Zurich Classic exists because of 4 kids. But it's what happens after the tournament that really counts. 100% of the proceeds are donated by the 4Kids Foundation to hundreds of local charities, totaling more than $40 million, all to help local children and families in need. 4Kids helps kids through golf, because every child deserves a shot at a brighter future.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
To all of our heroes working on the front lines of this COVID-19 pandemic, your bravery and selflessness represent the very best of us, and we want to say thank you. I'm asking everyone around the state to join me in celebrating the heroism of our healthcare professionals on the 19th of every month at 1900 hours, that's 7 p.m. Write a note of appreciation, make plans to donate to charitable organizations, or say a prayer. To learn more, visit 19thanks.org. Thank you, and God bless.
T-Bob Hebert here with breaking news. Front-to-Back Boat Services is the shop to upgrade your boat tech this fall. With not one but two NMEA-certified techs, who better to install your Panoptic sonar, your HD displays. You want to see the fish under the water before you even cast? They have that. Trolling motor you could control with your iPhone? They have that. So what are you waiting for? Get into Front-to-Back Boat Services right now. Upgrade your boat tech. Make your boating dreams come true. Front-to-Back Boat Services.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens. Make that thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
And an eye out for danger. If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
Go. Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for a Hump Day edition of AFR presented by Pluckers. We'll preview the weekend ahead in the SEC with Russ Mitchell. It's a Whiskey Wednesday. Taylor Calandro join us. 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, we'll talk college basketball coming up here in a couple of minutes. Remember, LSU will open up their season tomorrow. They'll be over in St. Louis. They'll also play on Saturday, back at home on Monday, taking on Southeastern. Really looking forward to watching this basketball team play, as we've talked a little bit about it leading up to the season, as this is a very talented, deep group that Will Wade has put together for this 2020-2021 season. LSU will face Southern Illinois University of Edwardsville on Thanksgiving Day. That'll be tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Then on Saturday, they'll play St. Louis. And look, the Pelicans, man, Pelicans are going to be tough. They return all 5 starters from last season. This is usually a pretty scrappy, well-coached group that they will play in St. Louis on Saturday afternoon. They'll be back on Monday to take on Southeastern. But St. Louis had pulled out of that Golden Window tournament that LSU was in last season, or that was in scheduled to play this weekend. St. Louis pulled out, LSU pulled out, so they will play each other on Saturday. But the Pelicans, St. Louis, who LSU plays on Saturday, 23-8 last season. Returns all 5 starters from last season's run, so it'll be a good matchup early on against this very talented LSU team to see what and where they are coming out of the month of November, heading into December play. And as we said earlier this week, Sharif O'Neal got the good news. He's been cleared and
what are you trying to do? An open segment here? What's going on here? You sneaking one in?
You
sneaking one in here?
Okay. A couple of minutes. Just a couple
I see
of
the
minutes.
passion, the LSU basketball passion creeping through. Can't help himself.
I can't wait to watch him play. I really can't, man.
What time's the game tomorrow?
6.
Okay. Okay.
6
Right on.
tomorrow, and then I believe it's 2 o'clock on Saturday. But it's gonna be good to watch this team compete against somebody else. All right, every Wednesday we do Would You Rather Wednesday. Here's the latest edition.
Here they come, yo. Here they come. Here they come. This or that. 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 This.
Okay, which would you rather be?
Now, what superpower would you rather have?
The question is, would you rather date the blind or the deaf?
Would you rather drown or be burned alive?
Would you rather be overpaid or underrated?
Rather you just said thank you and went on your way.
All right, here we go. Would you rather drop your plate of Thanksgiving food or no one eats the dish you made? Drop your plate or no one eats the dish you brought to the table?
Drop a plate.
Yeah,
drop the plate.
definitely. You can remake it. It's a waste, but it's a pretty bad feeling if you show up with something and nobody eats it.
Yeah, see, I could care less. I don't want to drop my food. That's terrible. Then you have to clean it up. Then you have to go remake your plate while everybody's already enjoying their food that you just dropped on the floor.
Nobody eating your food reminds me of the grandmother chewing out, I think, her granddaughter for trying to change the mac and cheese recipe. Have y'all ever seen that video?
No.
It would require heavy editing to put on this show because she's just dropping MFers, Bs, like
She
all
Italian?
over. No, an old black woman, and she is going after her granddaughter for trying to improvise with the mac and cheese on Thanksgiving. She's like, you do that on your own time. Don't bring that crap up in here. Would you rather have a constant groin burn or a constant nose itch? A constant groin burn sounds like an STD, so get yourself checked.
Give me the nose.
I'll take
you
the
don't
nose
be walking around all day scratching your groin.
I know a lot of degenerate fraternity members that have constant nose burns, and they've gone on to be successful adults. So congratulations.
Still nose
to them.
burnings.
Still sometimes some hairs will get singed, for sure. Would you rather fried or smoked turkey?
Fried.
I don't think I can answer. I've never had a fried turkey, I've realized.
I don't think I've had one either.
Yeah.
How?
Because we just always, like I said, so my wife's been making it since she was 15, and she just makes it in the super traditional sense. I guess with like the brining and the stuffing and all that. Chill out, Musa. So you say stuffing. I saw that vein pop out of your forehead.
It was wrong.
Would you rather fall into the toilet once a week or drop your phone on your face every time you lay down? Phone in the face can be sneaky painful.
It can be painful.
Bust a lip.
Right on the bridge of the nose.
Yeah, the bridge of the nose, bring tears to the eyes.
Cheekbone.
Yeah. So y'all are falling in the toilet once a week.
Yeah. Yes.
I guess you just got to hope that it's at the right time. You lay down too much.
I have my shower window seal toilet is kind of in the same area, and I put the towel on the window seal, and I had the phone playing a podcast in the shower the other night. Came off of washing the face, just grabbed the towel, the phone. Does just barely lips out, hits every angle of the toilet, but does not go in, ends up on the floor.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was a great save.
Okay, in and
Great
out.
save. Yeah,
No crack screen?
No crack screen.
Okay. Life is good. When you're hot, you're hot. Would you rather have all your imaginary friends from your childhood come to life or get $1 million every day for 100 years? I mean, come on.
But that's not
I'm reading the question. I didn't see the latter. It's a money. It's $1 million. Okay, so here's another money one. Would you rather get $1 million today or have a penny that doubles every day for 20 years?
The penny.
Yes. The penny's the right answer. I only bring this up because it is obvious. Did you know, though, if you do that penny thing, after 30 days, you're at $5.3 million. So if you're going to 20, yes, if you go to 20 years, you are looking at trillions, quadrillions. Like, I don't even know what the number would be in terms of how large that number would get. So, yeah, absolutely. Would you rather bathe only once a year or everything you touch is sticky?
Okay, now wait, do you stay clean? I mean, are you just clean or do you just walk around for 364
No,
days?
I mean, no, you're only bathing once a year, right?
Everything's sticky.
Yeah,
do we want to allow
I'd
for,
rather
like,
just
4 days of no shower, and I hate myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be the sticky thing, and I hate the sticky feeling.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm the type of guy, after I eat anything with syrup, I have to take a shower. I can't go from pancakes into my day.
Wow.
I just feel like it goes everywhere. Would you rather be the last person left on Earth or one of the first people on Mars, but you know you're not making a return journey? Last person on Earth or first person on Mars, you're dying on Mars? Not in a bad way necessarily, but like that's where you're going to live out your life.
I mean, there's
Is the cavalry coming?
I was about to say,
Is it just gonna be me?
there's no guarantee.
It
that,
sounds like to me that you are settling on Mars, and so maybe there's a couple other people with you, but you're just like you're the colonists. You're the people that came and settled the new world, and you died there. They never went back to England.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some help with that. I don't want to be alone all the time. Last person in the world.
No, that sounds horrifying. I'm with you.
For as much of a loner and weird as I am, I do need some interaction. So give me the Mars scenario.
Yeah, I agree. I'd rather, if I'm going to die in a like very depressing, almost isolated way either way, give me the new planet that nobody's ever seen before.
There's nothing there. It's a planet.
Says who?
Oh, touche, but not really. There's nothing there. It's a planet.
Yeah, I guess you're not wrong.
I'd rather just be the last person. Mars is overrated. I really don't care.
Look,
I would
there's
rather
something
be
to
the
be
last
said for
person
that.
there.
It's like that old Twilight Zone episode where the guy's in the library and he's a very ornery old librarian and all he hates humans. They annoy the crap out of him. And then I think there's like a nuclear holocaust and all of a sudden he's the last person on Earth and he is ecstatic. So happy. He can just read all day, never has to deal with human beings again. And then he steps on his glasses and breaks them.
Oh.
Yeah, and he can't read. Yeah, heartbreaking. Stuck with me for all these years. Would you rather Bama never wins another title, but neither does LSU, or Bama continues winning titles at the clip that they are, and LSU gets one every 4 to 5 years?
You give me the perfect season scenario?
Or we'll say like 7 to 8 years.
You give me the perfect season scenario?
I would say Bama might get like 40 or 1.
That's fine.
Okay.
If Bama gets the 4 to LSU's 1, as long as LSU's the 2019 edition, where you give me a Burrow type player and they go on a 15-0 run and get all the awards and win everything, and then the next year you got to deal with a little bit of backlash from some social media stuff, a couple of players opting out. You know what I mean?
Hey, better to have loved and lost than never loved at all.
I'm in.
All in agreement?
Yeah, I have never understood why anybody would want to stop winning championships.
Yeah.
Like, that just doesn't make sense to me.
Whatever. I'll let Bama win theirs if we can get ours as well. Would you rather take the Southern Miss dumpster fire job, which I think Southern Miss has more coaches than wins this year so far? It's like 3-2. Or find out that Darth Vader was your father?
Darth Vader.
Got to be Vader. Because then you get to make out with your sister. We're on the same page, Danny. Would you rather be immunized to mouth burn from hot food or be immunized against bad breath? So you will never burn your mouth again on hot food, or you'll never have to deal with bad breath again.
You know what? I'm all right with I hate burning my mouth. It's the worst. But think about how rarely it happens.
Exactly. I guard against it because I don't like it.
Hot Pockets.
So interestingly, I'm on same logic, but opposite side. I feel like I'm an idiot and I burn my mouth all the time not being patient waiting for food.
Really?
And it's like if I have bad breath, just get a breath mint. Like just like brush your teeth. Be an adult.
Yeah, it's not hard to brush your teeth.
I mean, and now I feel for anybody who has like halitosis or like an actual medical breath problem, that would be really terrible and would kill your confidence. But no, if I could eat piping hot food and never burn my mouth again, that sounds like heaven. Give me the hottest, freshest pizza imaginable.
Yeah, pizza is the common burn mouth food.
That gumbo.
I like cold pizza too.
How do you burn your mouth on pizza?
What do you mean when it's piping hot and you eat it and it literally
the cheese,
melts or the sauce melts the roof of your mouth?
I don't think I've ever burned my mouth on pizza.
Wow. I find that
like
shocking.
on an actual slice of pizza.
Yeah.
I mean,
see, I think more annoying. I think more annoying than burning.
You're lucky.
Than burning the roof of my mouth would be cutting the roof of my mouth. When you cut it on something like a chip, or something like that. That to me is the worst.
The worst thing to happen to you when you're eating is when you bite your tongue or the inside of your cheek. That
biting the tongue is
painful.
Especially because
you
then
don't
it
realize
creates
how hard you chew.
Yeah, and then it creates like a little like thing that you keep tonguing with and messing with, and then you forget that you bit your cheek, and then you convince yourself that you have mouth cancer because you have a bump inside your cheek. Yeah, it's just how it goes. It's how it goes. Would you rather Thanksgiving Day meal or Christmas morning presents?
Christmas morning presents.
Yeah, Christmas morning presents just for my kid at this point.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's the exciting part for me now, as well as seeing them open. Although, I mean, look, man, if I get an Oculus Rift, or I get an Oculus Quest 2 for Christmas, I mean, your boy's going to be pretty excited. Finally going to get to watch VR porn. If you're the Browns, this is John Quave bringing up. So this is just to reinforce. You could
What's
probably
Dad doing?
You could play this. You could play this game with any team.
He likes his new gift.
You could play this game with any team, but I like John Quave going after the Browns here. If you're the Browns,
Go in the
would
back,
you
kids.
rather draft?
Get in the back.
Would you rather draft in the 2017 draft Pat Mahomes, Trey White, T.J. Watt, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Alvin Kamara, or Myles Garrett, Jabril Peppers, David Njoku, Deshaun Kaiser, and Larry Ogunjobi? Wow. Who they all those players I first named were
They coulda had
available
them.
for the Browns in one 2017 draft. Mahomes, Trey White, T.J. White, Juju, and Alvin Kamara. And they took Garrett, who's awesome, Jabril Peppers, Njoku, Kaiser, and Ogunjobi.
I think you go with the first group you named.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't really think it's particularly close either.
I would say so. And finally, would you rather hot coffee or cold coffee?
Coffee's terrible.
Yeah, coffee is terrible.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm sitting in a
coffee.
like
I don't mind coffee, but I just don't drink it a lot.
I forget that I'm sitting in what must be the only morning show in the country where I have
Has
the
to.
1 out of
Has to be,
4
yeah.
people that drinks coffee here.
has
What?
to be.
How do y'all wake up every morning? I'm so confused. I need those drugs,
Very
man.
slowly and very grouchy is how I wake up every
So, I
morning.
mean, so just stick some stimulants in your system.
I
Just,
do, just not coffee.
Okay. Okay. That sounds like Coke. I don't think you're talking about Coke here.
Not
but,
Coke. Not Coke.
Well, so what is it? Just like an energy drink?
No, I mean I'm prescribed ADHD. I have ADHD. I
Okay,
have a
okay,
medical
that makes
condition.
sense. Okay. Oh, I did not know this. Okay, we'll talk after,
Cocaine
man.
in
So,
a
I
pill.
mean, you take it every
No,
day. You got
no,
something
no,
left over.
no, we
Like,
won't.
what's
Talk
the deal
afterwards.
there?
No, we won't.
Would you rather smoke or drink?
Drink.
Yeah. No. Probably the former. Yeah, probably the former. Yes, if I'm being honest.
No
For
cigarettes. No cigarettes.
Yeah, no.
Well,
I
Mark,
like those too, but not the question we're talking about.
Mark Schlesinger, UNO basketball next.
Off the bench with Kalata and T-Bob.
Daily brought to you here on Off the Bench by Go Roof, GEAUXroof.com. Get in touch with them today for a free professional estimate on your residential, commercial, or if you need a roofing repair, Go Roof can help you. Remember, get in touch with them, 927-8300 for free professional estimates or online, GEAUXroof.com.
Yeah, so the two elements that I really love to highlight, the free professional estimate, so no upfront cost for them to come out like some people do where they charge you just to come look at it, right? Not them. They're going to look at your roof. They're going to give you an estimate, know exactly where you stand, so then you make a fully informed decision. When you then decide to act on it and work with Go Roof, you're going to get a 2-year workmanship guarantee, and that is on top of the manufacturer's warranty, okay? So they're not running concurrently. They're on top of each other, meaning that you're going to make a fully informed decision for free up front, and then you're going to have peace of mind that's going to carry you through to the end. And so what does that result in, Jordy?
A beautiful new roof every single time.
That's right. Roofs.
Off the bench, hanging with Esther and Hanny. After further review and more are all live daily on the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge YouTube channel. Subscribe now to interact with us inside the live chat driven by Bayou Ford.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Join us for a Wednesday edition of Jimmy Ott's Game Time, live from Rouge Creole. Lots of action on deck for Thanksgiving Day in college and pro football. We break it all down beginning at 6 p.m. Come see us on Perkins Row or tune in here to 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, basketball season on us as LSU starts tomorrow. As we said, some late changes to the LSU basketball schedule. Tiger Hoop's going to tip off tomorrow on Thanksgiving Day. Coach Mark Schlesinger and the UNO Privateers set to open up another season. As we said, Coach Schles, 10 years down in New Orleans, leading the UNO basketball program, as he's got a pretty good group coming back this season. UNO getting ready for the 2020-2021 season, as Coach Schles has got Troy Green and that crew coming back this season. Good morning, Coach. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving.
Is it okay for me to say I'm slightly emotional talking to you guys? It seems like so long.
It has been a long time, Coach. It's been a long time.
Everything we've gone through, and just to know that we're like on the cusp of this whole thing after everything is just crazy, man. It's crazy.
It can you tell us, because we were talking basketball last week with Coach Wade, and really the basketball season was obviously directly affected in the middle of the conference tournaments. COVID had called the season off. Then the off season with so much uncertainty, school going virtual. Right now, you look around, Coach, and there's 150 games that have been delayed, canceled, or moved to COVID to start the season. Can you tell me what it's been like to get where we are right now?
I tell you, one of the things that's been the hardest to deal with especially for a group like us, who I think one of the strengths of our staff is that we coach extremely relational, and meaning that we're with our guys all the time. So on a normal day, we're going to see them 3 or 4 times a day, from weights in the morning to study hall to eating breakfast with them at the caf or at lunchtime, to practice, to tutors, to watching film. And when all that is taken away, as everyone has experienced, Zoom is cool for about 2 weeks. And it just doesn't replace the relational part that I think has made our program strong. So being able to try to adapt and pivot as best you can, you do, but there's just a human factor that's lost, and there's a toll that builds up on guys. And some guys you thought that wasn't going to bother them at all, it's bothered them tremendously, and vice versa the other way. So just the day-to-day of, and probably Coach Wade's going through the same thing, where right now, I mean, we're here, we're in Provo, Utah. Everything went great on the flight. We're here, we passed our Monday test. We're waiting on our Tuesday morning results. And you just sit here, you worry about that more than you're ever worried about guarding a ball screener or Matt Harms, the 7'3", possible first-team All-American for BYU. So it's like it's a weird mindset that really has a toll.
Talking to UNO head coach Mark Schlesinger here on OTB. Coach, how are you feeling? I know that last year didn't maybe go according to plan, but how are you feeling heading into this year?
Yeah, last year was such a tough year with injuries. I mean, we lost 95 games to injury, and for a team that was preseason picked, and then just to be decimated. And they talked about in our coaches group about what's the minimum you have to dress out to play during this COVID world. And I mean, they were like, I don't know, 8. And in my mind, I'm thinking, man, I've dressed out 7 several times last year. So I've been there. I understand. But this team, man, I tell you, for everything they've gone through, we've got very good old guards. And generally in the Southern Conference, old guards are very good. And so you look at having Troy Greenback, who's an all-conference guy, Lamont Burzat, who's the smallest and fastest and toughest kid in the country at 5'5" from Andrew Walker High School. We got Larry Robinson back from Bossier City off of an ACL repair and injury, having Charles Bohannon, a senior walk-on, and then being able to add Derek St. Hilaire, a grad transfer from Jacksonville State, is really been fun to see. And then Rossler coming back, off of his season-ending foot injury last year, who I think is an all-conference player, will really, really add to our depth in the backcourt.
How do you like your schedule to start the season? I mean, you're challenged here early on. I know you had a game canceled versus Utah on Saturday, but you travel to A&M and then you face the Cajuns next week. How do you like the early on challenges you got?
I do. I've gone at it, and we approached the non-conference schedule from this factor that we really thought that it was going to be – there's probably only going to be one postseason tournament, no matter what. It's going to be the NCAA tournament. There isn't going to be an NIT, CIT, CBI, any of that. So we built everything in the non-conference schedule to the best of our abilities to prep us for our conference tournament in Katy, Texas, meaning that's why you see the back-to-backs. That's why we had scheduled a back-to-back up here and then going to A&M. We're in a 3-game and 3-day tournament in Jacksonville, Florida. Then we come back and we got to go to Lafayette, and then we have to go to play the Tigers on the next night in Baton Rouge. So we built in some things strategically that we wanted to make it competitive, but we also were prepping for March no matter what. So it's a little crazy, but this is a crazy year. And we're still trying to add games. I mean, I was on the phone trying to possibly add a game yesterday, if it would work, on this trip even, when Utah canceled. So it's wild.
That was going to be my follow-up. How difficult was it to schedule this season? And I guess that's the answer, that you're still trying to do it.
No, literally I spend probably 45 minutes a day on scheduling of calling people, because you almost – the way I've approached it is we have our games, but then I've tried to schedule backup games of where I've got 5 or 6 schools that we've already talked to of, if we lose this game, are you available that day? And then, I've got another school that if both of us lose 2 games, well, we're going to try to play a home and home because we can bust to and get to. So, we've tried to be thinking down the road as best we can, because in the end, every game we get in this run is a gift. And I want to give our student athletes and give our guys, man, everything I can. They've given up so much and sacrificed so much. The most that we can give them, we need to do it.
And coach, and so when you look at this team, in the tournament just a couple of years ago, I'm wondering, in your experience, what are the elements that separates a team that can kind of make it through that conference gauntlet and be the one that ends up on top, so you take it to that big dance?
You've got to be able to be able to defend no matter what, especially in this league with so much foot speed. It's a league with incredible foot speed, 1 through 5. Where we may not have 6'10", 6'11" bigs, all of our forwards that range anywhere from 6'5" to 6'8", they generally have great foot speed. So you're going to have to be able to defend foot speed, and then you've got to be elite at one other thing, whether that's great guard play, scoring in transition. Like a couple of years ago, we had great interior play where we could just pound the ball inside on you throughout with Eric Thomas, who was the player of the year, and Traven Thibodeau and McCourpo. Like, you got to have something else that you're elite at, and you got to be pretty good at playing back-to-backs.
Coach, I know that, and we're talking to UNO head coach Mark Schlesinger here on OTB. I know that your basketball love extends beyond just the school to New Orleans kind of as a whole, that you're close to the Pellies. What did you think about Stan Van Gundy getting brought in for the Pelicans?
I think he's an amazing hire for him. He'll bring everything that they need from a detail perspective, a defensive skill set that these guys needed. The issue wasn't ever them scoring the ball; it was stopping people from scoring the ball.
Yeah.
And I think just his wisdom and experience will go a long way in developing this team. And I love some of the moves they've made. Steven Adams paired up with Zion is a tremendous marriage for the next 3 years. I think that's huge. And then being able to keep – I love Lonzo. I think he advances the ball as good as or better than anyone else in the league.
There you go.
And I think he passes. I know this sounds crazy, and Jordy will love it, but I mean his ball, the way it passes and moves, is as pretty as anybody in the league.
Wow.
And I know that sounds silly, but it would be like the way a quarterback, the ball spins with a quarterback. Just the way he passes it, it's beautiful.
Got great touch.
Oh, man. Well, I can't wait to be in the ship this season, Coach, and or whatever is or is not allowed. And swords up.
The absolute best, the best place to watch a college basketball game in the state of Louisiana is the lakefront.
I agree.
Absolutely. It is the home of the UNO Privateers. Coach over there for now a decade, 10th season, Coach Mark Schlesinger going into it. You can follow him on Twitter at Coach Schles. Learn about the Privateers online at unoprivateers.com. But they get tipped off tomorrow as they are going up against BYU. Go get them, Coach. Thanks for the time this morning.
Thanks, guys. See you in Baton Rouge in December.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
There's Coach Schles checking in to OTB this morning on a road trip, getting his crew ready. We'll close at hour 2 next.
Off the Bench with Kalata and T-Bob.
Daily brought to you here on Off the Bench by AccuTemp, online at AccuTempBR.com. Remember, LSU is scheduled to play tomorrow, scheduled to play on Saturday, which means that you can get in for a Tiger tune-up, half off of your AC or heater tune-up from our friends over at AccuTemp, AccuTempBR.com. Take control of your comfort zone by logging online today at AccuTempBR.com.
Yeah, as we continue to go through the extended Louisiana changing of the seasons where it'll be like 50 one day, 80 the next, you got to make sure that your heating cool units are good to go, and AccuTemp does that. If you do the Tiger tune-up for just $49, y'all, that's right. Text halftime to 31996 during halftime of Saturday's game. Watch the Fan Cave will remind you, and it's just $49. Wow. It's pretty wild, man. So get to AccuTempBR.com. Go check them out on Google, right? I mean, 4.9 Google review rating with over 1,200 reviews. Why? Because their customers are consistently satisfied. AccuTempBR.com today.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, if not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
And an eye out for danger. If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more.
Kelly's life was put on hold when her Ochsner primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an Ochsner care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Ochsner Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
To all of our heroes working on the front lines of this COVID-19 pandemic, your bravery and selflessness represent the very best of us, and we want to say thank you. I'm asking everyone around the state to join me in celebrating the heroism of our healthcare professionals on the 19th of every month at 1900 hours, that's 7 p.m. Write a note of appreciation, make plans to donate to charitable organizations, or say a prayer. To learn more, visit 19thanks.org. Thank you, and God bless.
T-Bob Hebert here with breaking news. Front to Back Boat Services is the shop to upgrade your boat tech this fall. With not one but two NMEA certified techs, who better to install your Panoptic sonar, your HD displays. You want to see the fish under the water before you even cast? They have that. Trolling motor you could control with your iPhone? They have that. So what are you waiting for? Get into Front to Back Boat Services right now. Upgrade your boat tech. Make your boating dreams come true. Front to Back Boat Services.
You may not know about the 4Kids Foundation, but you've probably heard of the Zurich Classic. And the Zurich Classic exists because of 4Kids. But it's what happens after the tournament that really counts. 100% of the proceeds are donated by the 4Kids Foundation to hundreds of local charities, totaling more than $40 million, all to help local children and families in need. 4Kids helps kids through golf, because every child deserves.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for a Hump Day edition of AFR presented by Pluckers. We'll preview the weekend ahead in the SEC with Russ Mitchell. It's a Whiskey Wednesday. Taylor Calandro join us. 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Still no response from Booger after he claimed in the 7 o'clock hour that he was not yet ready to claim that the Saints were better than the Bucs after a second defeat for New Orleans, and then seeing the Bucs go down on Monday Night Football in the fashion that they did to the Los Angeles Rams. Very high praise from Boog on the Los Angeles Rams as they travel across the country to pick up their 7th win of the season. If you look at the losses for Tampa Bay, all in the NFC. Saints twice. Was that a Sunday night game against the Bears they played? I believe it was
Whose losses? Tampa's?
Tampa's.
Oh, I don't remember off the top of my head.
And then also Los Angeles.
Thursday night game.
It was a Thursday night game.
Thursday night game.
I remember it being night. Thursday night game, and then, of course, a Monday night game.
Oh, yeah, they're bums on prime time. That's
Los
who you get
Angeles
it.
Rams, yeah. So they are now 7-4 in a league that features an 8-2 New Orleans Saints squad and a 7-3, 7-3, 7-3 Green Bay, Seattle, and Los Angeles Ram. We asked Boog who was the best of the three, and without even taking a breath, he fired back the Los Angeles Rams. Because of, obviously, the play calling and Sean McVay, the weapons that they have around Jared Goff. I threw you off there, huh?
Well, Sean McVay is funny. It's just funny.
So only you, T.
Joey LeBlanc. Jordan, I know Chris is right around the corner. I got an idea for you. Joey LeBlanc says someone right now on Facebook is selling panels from the 2005 to 2011 New Orleans Hornets team airplane. So, look, if you have ever wanted a Hornets airplane panel, now is the time. Yeah. Joey said, don't you just love the internet sometimes? How random. How do you even get your hands on it? Who's that? Maybe like a sports bar?
What are you going to do with the
panel? A sports bar could be kind of cool. That's all I could come up with in terms of places that could maybe use it. Or if you're just like obsessed and you have the sickest man cave, just throw a giant airplane panel in it. But that made me start thinking of Jason Smith.
Give me the wing.
Then I looked up Jason Smith on Twitter, and he's got about 10K followers. He is putting out his IG and his Twitch right there on his Twitter bio. So I'm thinking he wants a spotlight a little bit. Do you think we should get Jason Smith to be our Pelicans insider? You think we get him to break down action every week, or are you not? Is Jason Smith not? Does he not make the cut? Are we giving Jason Smith too much credit?
Yeah.
Are people listening to this and saying, who's Jason Smith?
I'm listening to this asking who's Jason Smith.
He started like 1 year for the Pelicans at center, career NBA journeyman. Pelicans starting centers like DeMarcus Cousins, Anthony Davis,
The throwback
Jason
New
Smith.
Orleans Pelicans, the throwback New Orleans Hornets, first.
Yeah, they're
jersey.
pretty nice.
I love them. Not this one. Not the pinstripe.
Look, that's Jason Smith.
The original plain white aqua or the teal New Orleans across the front. The Chris Paul New Orleans Pelicans or the New Orleans Hornets. To me is a great retro jersey. And I remember being at the launch of the press conference for the Hornets when Mark Morial, who was was the mayor at the time, or who was the Katrina mayor that's in jail now.
Ray
Nagin, and he shot and he grabbed the ball and drained the shot from the podium, announcing that the Hornets were coming, and they debuted the uniforms. And I thought, these are great.
That seems like it was. That seems like everything was going to be great after
These
that.
are great. All right, T, I'm out of here, man. Annual deer hunt tomorrow.
Oh man,
I'll bring back venison for the crew, whether or not I kill.
You just look like, I just imagine you as Vince Vaughn out there.
Yeah,
from Wedding Crashers.
Borrowed camo, borrowed gun.
What are you going to look at, like hunting other humans?
Off the bench
Most
with
dangerous
Kalana and
game?
T-Bob.
Daily, we're brought to you by Secure Shredding and Recycling. Online, SecureShreddingandRecycling.com. Remember, the crew over at Secure Shredding and Recycling has 10 trucks on the road every single day. Mobile shredding, drop-off shredding, they can help you out. Get rid of your documents today. Your document destruction specialists are over at Secure Shredding and Recycling. Hard drive, you need those destroyed? Mention Off the Bench. They'll do them for free, the first two. Online, SecureShreddingandRecycling.com.
SecureShreddingandRecycling.com. SecureShreddingandRecycling.com for all of your document destruction needs, be it hard drive or paper. Look, not only is what they do good for the environment, but it's good for your business. You have to protect this information for your business, for your customers, and Secure helps you do that, right? They serve a need, and that's what they understand. They are a services business. So what do they want to make? The customer service the best possible. It's why they have drop-off points. They can pick up and destroy on site, pick up and bring back to their site. For all your document destruction, no matter what it is, one-stop shop, SecureShreddingandRecycling.com.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, if not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
In an eye out for danger. If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Good morning. It is 9 a.m. on Wednesday, November the 25th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect to see thunderstorms with a high of 77. In case you missed hour one of the show or two, catch that up at the 1045ESPN.com on-demand section, brought to you by Carriages. Coming up today on OTBOT, we talk some moves by the Pelicans and react to the first college football playoff rankings. Follow today's show on Twitter at OTB_ESPN. Watch live at the 1045 ESPN YouTube channel. Get inside the Bayou Ford chat. And make sure you're subscribed to the Off the Bench and Off the Bench Overtime YouTube channels. Set your notifications because new content is posted there daily. OTBOT starts right now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome in OTBOT Thanksgiving OTBOT, and we are very thankful for this third hour that we have been gifted earlier this year, in which myself, Musso, and Danny get to hang out with you every single day. It's a ton of fun. Today will be no different, save for the fact that we are ready to start our holiday break. And so I'm hoping that, like the titular hero of this incredible sweatshirt that I have on, if you're watching online, it is a Sonic the Hedgehog themed Christmas sweater. It features Sonic, Tails, and my main dog, the bad boy of Sonic, Knuckles himself, the big enchilada. I think that's what he is. I think that's what animal he is. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's an excellent sweatshirt. Shout out to Scott Prather from the Great Scott Show, who hooked this up for me a while back. But I will say this. I've had a lot of fun with Sonic games in the past. My favorite Sonic games, probably the Sonic Adventure games on the Dreamcast. But I have a question for our listening audience. I know we got a lot of nerds in here, and I don't know if you two have an opinion. I can be hit or miss with you two sometimes. But are the original Sonic games actually good? Like that style of Sonic game on Sega Genesis back in the day, are those games actually good? Because when I was little, I remember liking them somewhat. You know, I guess I like them a lot. As I've gotten older, though, I find them to be far less enjoyable than something like Mario, which still holds up beautifully to this day. And then they even made Sonic Mania a year ago, which was old school Sonic brought to new, you know, kind of like made in the spirit of the old school Sonic, and people loved it. And I bought it and played it, and I thought it was very much all right. So, like, I think I actually like the Sonic Dreamcast games better than the original Genesis games. What do you think, Danny?
Yeah, the originals are pretty much basic.
They're kind of hard to, like, and maybe it's because I never reached the flow state with Sonic, but it's hard to play, right? Like, it's like, I feel like I'm constantly getting speed, then running into walls, and so maybe that's on me and I'm not hitting the jumps right, but something like Mario, the platforming is just so solid, and it holds up so well and has held up through the years. I just don't know that I feel the same way about Sonic's platforming, but Back when I was a dude in the 90s, it was a war between Nintendo fanboys and Sega fanboys and Sonic and Mario and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Sega and Sonic were kind of like the bad boys, where if you didn't play for a while, Sonic would start tapping his foot like he was bored, like, let's get this thing going. And then Mario was kind of like your Mickey Mouse.
I grew up on Sega Genesis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've had a lot of experience with the Sonic games on Genesis then.
Yeah.
See, I grew up as a Super Nintendo kid more so. So maybe my opinions have been tainted from day one. Wait, Emil says, how does Mario hold up but Sonic doesn't? I think the platforming is way different, is what I'm saying. And no, look, Super Nintendo, is it Mario? Is it Super Mario World? I believe the one that I'm thinking of, but Super Mario World. So when they released the SNES Mini, that's on there, and I replayed it and beat it. That game is still fantastic. So is Zelda: Link to the Past. All right, but just let me know what you think about original Sonic. That was just kind of a off the cuff. It infected my brain, and I couldn't get it out of my head, so I had to put it out into the universe. I want to talk first. We're going to talk about the college football playoff rankings here. Then we're going to preview the NFL weekend like we do every single Wednesday, and we will do that next segment, and then a bit later on in the hour, we're going to discuss the Pelicans roster because it's set, boys. I don't know if you realize this, but like they're good to go. I think you know exactly who this team is going to be. It's a really interesting starting lineup. I think the depth is solid. I'm not, I could be wrong there. But there are 14 players that are right under the luxury tax, so they've managed well economically, and we'll dive into that in a couple of segments from now. First, Eric Matt asked me if I've checked out the video game history series on Netflix. I watched the first 2 episodes, and it was really good, and I forgot to go back to it, but you just reminded me, so I definitely will be revisiting it. Yes, okay, so I'm talking about Super Mario World on SNES is an incredible game. Also, Skona's Overrated brings up Super Mario All-Stars, which was so great when I was younger, where they have I'm getting distracted again. Is that what y'all are giggling about? All the Super Mario All-Stars games. Or that was fun. It was like one cart that had all the Mario games. I used to play it obsessively. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, Daniel, just go back to the game talk. ADHD is real this morning. Work is slow. I know. I feel you, dude. Like we said, though, we got to try to be Sonic fast this hour and throughout the day so we can all go enjoy our Thanksgiving. Danny, throw up the college football playoff rankings, that graphic that you had on earlier, because I got some feelings, okay? I got some feelings here. I'm going to start we're going to launch like this. I'm going to ask you questions, okay? And I want to see where your takes are. Are you upset that UL is not in this top 25 and a 2-loss Iowa State team sits here at 13? 13. And UL dominated their ass. And UL's only loss is a 3-point loss to the undefeated Coastal Carolina Chanticleers, who check in at 20.
Okay, so even if they were in the rankings, I would not have them above Iowa State.
They don't need to be above Iowa State. I agree.
Now, that being said, Iowa State I don't think they're the 13th best team in the country.
And I don't need them to be above Iowa State. But come on. I think it's a disconnect that they're not even in the top 25.
So if you're going to go that route, who do you take out?
I take Tulsa out of 25. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with taking out.
Tulsa's undefeated.
I don't care.
Tulsa is undefeated.
The Sun Belt wrecked the Big 12.
But Tulsa's undefeated.
Yeah, but the Sun Belt wrecked.
You can't take out an undefeated team to put in a team with one loss. You can't do that.
This is the playoff. We absolutely can. We can make whatever decisions we want.
I guess that's true. They can literally do whatever they want. But I'm not okay with taking out an undefeated team to put in a team with one loss just because you think their loss is
So what division does Tulsa play in? What conference does Tulsa play in?
I believe.
Because in my mind, the Sun Belt looks like the strongest group of 5 conference this year.
So they're in the Tulsa's in the American Conference.
Okay, with Tulane, everybody. The American Athletic Conference.
Tulane, UCF, Cincinnati. Teams like that.
So a good conference, but I wonder, and traditionally the most powerful group of 5 conference, I feel like probably.
Yeah.
But I wonder this year, with what the Sun Belt did to the Big 12, winning 3 or 4 of those games that opening weekend, combined with teams like App State, Coastal Carolina, UL, there's a lot of talent. I just can't help but wonder if a 1-loss UL resume is actually better than Tulsa. Also, I would take out Iowa. Why is Iowa even in here? I know nothing about Iowa. Does anybody what's their record?
I haven't watched any.
I'm sure they're like
Iowa.
5-1 or like 5-2, and Kirk Ferentz is I don't know, whatever. Okay, so that's an odd place to start, but that's where we did. BYU at 14. 9-0. Any surprise there?
No. What have they done? Their schedule is absolutely atrocious.
And it's not their fault because, they lost.
They're an independent.
But they had a lot of good Power 5 scheduled, and then COVID wrecked it.
COVID wrecked it. Okay,
and so they tried to go out and find people, and there is this
found
idea.
North Alabama.
Yeah, exactly right. Now there is an idea that Washington. I don't know where I fall. I haven't done enough research to have an opinion on it, but Washington, it's out there right now that Washington was willing to play BYU this last weekend or this upcoming weekend, and then they're claiming that BYU said no. BYU is saying that's not the case. They just couldn't make it happen for some reason. But honestly, BYU should have tried to make that happen no matter what if they really wanted to get in. I think that Oregon at 15 tells you that the Pac-12's out, right?
Yeah, it does. I mean, Reese Davis kind of pressed Gary Barta, the chair of the College Football Playoff, last night for kind of an answer on the Pac-12. He was just real non-committal about it. I mean, he had two chances to kind of address it when he was asked about how much did number of games played factor in, and then he was asked what the ceiling for the Pac-12 is, and just really non-committal about wanting to put a ceiling on it. But, buddy, Gary Barta, you kind of did that by ranking an undefeated Power 5 Oregon at number 15 behind BYU.
Also, I mean, all of his answers I never listened to because, and I'm not blaming him for this. I think this is all by design. There's never any consistency.
There's not.
It's just like, how can I justify this point? It's like with Iowa State. They asked him why they were 13. He said they have a good running game. He said they've improved since the beginning of the season. By the way, John Quave pointed out Iowa's 3-2. Okay, take Iowa out, bump Tulsa up, put in UL. How did Iowa make it at 3-2 to 24? No respect for LSU's 27-24 win over Arkansas? Gary, you kidding me?
So yeah, I think the Pac-12 is out for sure.
Okay.
I mean,
so we flirted with kind of the tail end, right? Let's get into the real conversations now. Cincinnati at 7. I do not see a path for Cincinnati getting in, barring extreme chaos.
And nor should there be.
Yeah, I agree. And now is where it gets interesting. Alabama, Notre Dame, Clemson, Ohio State in the top 4 spots. Okay, A&M, Florida at 5 and 6. I see 2 scenarios here. First off the bat, I think the most likely scenario is really bad for A&M. It is that an undefeated Notre Dame meets up with a 1-loss Clemson in the conference championship, and then Clemson hands Notre Dame their first loss of the season. Now, the playoff committee could take into account the quarterback situation when Notre Dame won the first game if they wanted to, and maybe use that as a basis of justification. But what it looks like to me, if this were to play out in the most likely scenario, Alabama and Ohio State finish undefeated, winning their conference championships. They're in.
Yeah.
Clemson wins its conference championship, beating Notre Dame. It gets in. And then you're down to a 9-1 A&M if they get the job done against a 1-loss Notre Dame, whose only loss is maybe the most acceptable loss in the country. And I just do not see how A&M would jump that Notre Dame team, especially because they love having Notre Dame in the college football playoff as well. They're going to want to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, here's my rebuttal to that as to why I think it would be Texas A&M. We've seen it possible before for that scenario to play out, where you have 2 teams in the top 4 meet in the conference championship.
Mm-hmm.
The team that has lost has never been voted back into the top 4.
It's true.
And you've seen teams like Oklahoma, who stands out the most, who have avenged their only loss of the season in the conference championship, get into the playoff because of that.
Yeah.
They did it twice. So I believe you actually would probably see Texas A&M over Notre Dame, especially if Clemson beats them handily. Clemson didn't have Trevor Lawrence in that game. You can argue, should that really matter? Or should it not? Because DJ Uiagalelei played very well.
Gotcha. Also, to your point, and him playing well matters. Him playing well does help out, but to your point, I said
going on precedent.
Clemson would have the best acceptable loss, but no, A&M actually does. It would beat Alabama.
It would be Alabama.
It would be undefeated at that point. They'd have a really nice win over Florida. I think
who should also win out.
I think
minus
that
the SEC championship.
The strength of
in your scenario,
in the scenario that we laid out, I think the strength of the Clemson win versus the Florida win puts Notre Dame in over A&M. I think all of that potentially changes if Florida beats Alabama and Atlanta. Because if that's the case, then Florida's in, Bama would be out, I believe, and then A&M would maybe leapfrog a 9-1 Notre Dame because their Florida win would feel so much better than than even Notre Dame's. I mean, this is all a lot. And so their Florida win, I think that would be maybe a more high quality win than even the Clemson game at that point. And their loss would have been to Alabama, who is also really good. So I think if Florida wins the SEC championship, that might be the best path for A&M to get in. But either way, the Aggies could be left on the outside looking in. And you're right about the conference championship thing. Now that I'm just thinking it out loud, a counterpoint would be, though, that A&M never had to be exposed to the risk of a conference championship, which I do think would ding them.
But neither did Alabama in 2017. Georgia played Auburn and beat Auburn, avenged their only loss of the season, got into the playoff, and Alabama snuck in the back door.
It's happened. It's definitely happened.
I'm just going off a precedent as to what they've done in the past to craft the argument here that Notre Dame would be out with a loss in the conference championship.
Yeah, I just
especially
wonder
if it's a sizable loss to Clemson.
I just wonder. Now that matters too.
Who would then be at full strength with Trevor Lawrence and everybody that they didn't have in the first game against Notre Dame.
So maybe that's and Todd does raise this point. So this hurts A&M. A&M lost by 28 points and it wasn't even close against Bama. That is true, but not many people. I mean, nobody's been close there yet. Musa, you are right. Maybe the deciding factor is actually how the ACC championship goes, right? If Clemson blows out Notre Dame, that could be the death knell because that's a really bad recent loss. A good recent loss, though, I think people would want a part 3 or give them a shot for a part 3. So maybe that's all it comes down to. And look, obviously, every year we do these conversations and then something goes awry. The most mathematically likely scenarios never come to pass, so we'll continue to update this as it goes along. But I think those are the elements at play as we sit here on November 25th, 2020. So give thanks for in this year of weirdness. The college football playoff remains as subjective, confusing, and exciting as ever. Oh, that was odd. All right, coming up next, we are going to dive into the NFL weekend, preview the weekend that will be like we do every week. So stick around right here on OTBOT.
OTB, OT. We opened up the playbook and expanded our coverage. Listen daily in high definition on 98.1 HD2. We are 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, make not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
And an eye out for danger. If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
To all of our heroes working on the front lines of this COVID-19 pandemic, your bravery and selflessness represent the very best of us, and we want to say thank you. I'm asking everyone around the state to join me in celebrating the heroism of our healthcare professionals on the 19th of every month at 1900 hours, that's 7 p.m. Write a note of appreciation, make plans to donate to charitable organizations, or say a prayer. To learn more, visit 19thanks.org. Thank you, and God bless.
T-Bob Hebert here with breaking news. Front to Back Boat Services is the shop to upgrade your boat tech this fall. With not one, but 2 NMEA certified techs, who better to install your Panoptic sonar, your HD displays. You want to see the fish under the water before you even cast? They have that. Trolling motors you could control with your iPhone? They have that. So what are you waiting for? Get into Front to Back Boat Services right now. Upgrade your boat tech. Make your boating dreams come true. Front to Back Boat Services.
You may not know about the 4Kids Foundation, but you've probably heard of the Zurich Classic. And the Zurich Classic exists because of 4Kids. But it's what happens after the tournament that really counts. 100% of the proceeds are donated by the 4Kids Foundation to hundreds of local charities, totaling more than $40 million, all to help local children and families in need. 4Kids helps kids through golf, because every child deserves a shot at a brighter future.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Join us for a Wednesday edition of Jimmy Ott's Game Time, live from Rouge Creole. Lots of action on deck for Thanksgiving Day in college and pro football. We break it all down beginning at 6 p.m. Come see us on Perkins Row or tune in here to 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB, OT, with T-Bob Hebert, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Welcome back, OTB. We came to official consensus during the commercial break. Musso, you're on the squad.
Yeah, put ULL in the top 25 and take out Iowa. They have beaten absolutely nobody. They've beaten Michigan State. They won at Minnesota, and they won at Penn State. All three of those teams are terrible.
Who have they lost to? Do you have it pulled up? I'm just curious.
They lost at Purdue and to Northwestern.
Northwestern's good, so I won't admit that.
So they have a quality loss. They do not have a quality win. The Cajuns beat Iowa State on the road.
That's what I'm saying. Beat Iowa State on the road. The only losses to the undefeated ranked team out of their conference. Like, what the hell does 3-2 Iowa do to stand among the pack despite just like having a name? I don't know. I find that to be wild.
And Iowa shouldn't even really be a name. They go 8-5 once a year, or once every 3 years, and Kirk Ferentz gets an extension.
Hey, dude.
They upset a top 10 team out of nowhere.
Get paid,
and
Kirk?
he gets paid off of it. He's kind of like Gus Malzahn.
He is the expert at taking, and Malzahn, I guess, does this to a certain degree, but not like Kirk does. Ferentz is the expert at taking like 2- and 3-star recruits and then turning them every now and then into NFL players.
Yeah.
Like a Ferentz linebacker, I feel like happens a lot, or an Iowa O-lineman.
I feel like Iowa has like the most backup quarterbacks in the NFL.
A lot of backup quarterbacks.
I feel like they have a lot of backup.
I wonder if that's because they're like kind of boring pro-style offense that the NFL is like, ooh.
Probably.
Is that a tall white guy throwing out the pocket?
Look at that guy.
Oh, did he just take that snap from under center? Oh,
he could sit on our bench.
Oh, put him on the board. Put him on our board. We're taking a shot at him. Stanley. Drew Tate, I hate you. I'll always hate you.
So, between Minnesota, Michigan State, and Penn State, that's Iowa's 3 wins they're hanging their hats on.
Wow.
Those two teams have a combined 2 wins.
I mean, okay. I'm not going to sit here and waste any more anger on the 25th ranked college football playoff team, though, but that's really dumb. All right, now it is time, as we do every day on Hump Day at this moment, it is time to look at the NFL week that will be. Hit my music, Musso.
I'm coming.
Throw the music, Musso.
It might.
Okay, I'll just start.
A little.
Coming up tomorrow on Thanksgiving, getting it started at 11:30 a.m., boys. Let's go. A triple header, football all days. Instead of tres leches, it's tres games. Danny, huh? Did I say it right that time at least?
No.
What am I saying?
You say tres.
Yeah. You don't roll the R.
You do roll the R.
You don't, though. That's my point.
Tres.
Yeah. Tres
leches.
I believe
now I'm going Italian.
Every time.
Tres leches. Oh, come here. Let me get some of the 3 milk cake. I'll get it one day. The point is we got 3 games tomorrow. And it starts with Texans-Lions.
Yeah, it does.
And I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, it does.
It starts Texans-Lions. Then next, a battle for NFC East supremacy. The Washington football team versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, God.
Literally a division lead on the line. However, the loser steps one step closer to having a top 5 pick. Fascinating dynamic for NFC East fans, and ironically, a can't-lose situation. If you lose, you're happy. If you win, you're kind of happy.
Imagine playing in the NFC East and not getting a top 5 pick. That would suck.
Yeah. Okay. So that is so that is a good point. I guess to be fully honest, though, do you want to win the division? Right? I mean, no. Like honestly, you probably just want to lose it at this point. Although it's that old NFL thing where I would hate to be the team that has to go play like a 6-10 playoff team, even though they'd be terrible. Like we know they'd be bad. I guess I'm just scarred from the Beastquake.
Yep.
I mean, I think Saints fans are all just scarred from the Beastquake, right? 7-9 Seattle, freaking that run was awesome.
That's one of the best touchdown runs I've ever seen in my life.
In my life. And then so that's at 3:30 tomorrow, and then at 7:20 the nightcap, which hopefully happens. Be a huge bummer if it did not. Although we'll have LSU basketball to pay attention to as well, which would be nice. Baltimore Ravens at Pittsburgh Steelers. For Ravens, this is a last stand game. Not that you won't make the playoffs. I think you will. There's 3 wild card spots, maybe even more to go around. But this is a final stand game. Can Baltimore stop the slide that it feels like they're currently on? And with some players missing from COVID, the answer is probably not. Also because Pittsburgh's really good, and it's in Pittsburgh. But we will have to wait and see. So that's your Thanksgiving Day lineup. Give thanks. Get the squares ready. It's time to have some fun with the family. On Sunday at noon, the Los Angeles Chargers travel to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Bills back in action. There's a lot to like about the Chargers this year, and every time I see them for the Degeneration Dome segment, I'm like, ooh, do I want to play them? And then I'm like, hold on. Why would I ever trust anything the Los Angeles Chargers are doing this year? And so I'm going to take the Bills to win this one.
Yeah, no, you should. Bills coming off a loss and their bye week. They've had some time. They're going to get a bad taste out of their mouth against the Chargers. And even if the Chargers do get out to a lead in that game, it's safe to say that they will most likely blow it.
Next on the list, an AFC South battle. Titans at Colts. Did we not just see this game? Maybe I don't know. It doesn't matter.
We did. We did.
Okay,
it was a Thursday night game.
And the Colts won.
The Colts did win.
31-17 or something like that, I think.
Yes, there was a comedy of errors on special teams.
Yes, that's right.
In the second half by the Tennessee Titans.
So now the shoe is on the other foot as the Colts got the away win. They'll host Tennessee this Sunday. I guess I'll ride with the Colts now. The Colts have proven it. I'll ride with them.
Coming off a big win against the Packers. Titans also coming off of a win. You would think that the Titans... It's tough to sweep the Titans. It's tough to bottle up Derrick Henry twice.
It's tough to bottle him up for 4 quarters.
And
you can do it for a half.
And the Colts did that, though.
Yeah.
He didn't even score a touchdown in that game in the first meeting.
Huh? Okay. That's a good logic.
I'm going to go with the Titans, though, just because I don't think you can do that twice in 3 weeks.
I'm just not going with the Titans because I still don't know how good the Titans' defense is, and I think the Colts' defense is the best in the NFL.
That's bold.
Okay.
That's bold.
Okay.
That's
bold. My bad.
The Pittsburgh Steelers, the New Orleans Saints, they would all like to talk to you.
Sorry. Maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself.
Rams.
But statistically, the Colts are right up there, right? I mean, I thought the Colts are like a top 3 defense.
No, they are.
They're good. They're good.
Right? Yeah.
They're good.
Okay, top 3. Then you got Panthers, Vikings. The Vikings coming off of, to me, the Vikings and the Dolphins and the Lions were the biggest losers last week because they both had they all 3 had easy matchups. They all had a ton to play for in terms of the standings, and they all absolutely blew it. And the Vikings losing to the Cowboys may be the worst one. Actually, it's probably the Lions, but still, terrible job by the Vikings. And look, and here you have a Panthers team that, the Panthers beat the Lions. Sorry. You have a Panthers team that is
20-0.
Not good, but they're well coached and they play really hard. I don't have like a great feel for who will win this game, honestly. But I guess I'll kind of cheer for the Panthers because I like him and they're not really a threat to the Saints. So I don't mind them winning.
Teddy Bridgewater questionable for this game as of right now. And
Hey, but it's cool. We got our
Christian
guy.
McCaffrey doubtful for this game right
But that's
now.
fine. All they got who they need.
Played better without
PJ
Christian
Walker,
McCaffrey, apparently.
right?
They got PJ Walker.
That's it. XFL superstar.
Yeah. No, I think the Vikings are going to win that game.
Browns at Jaguars at noon on Sunday. Ugh, just sounds gross.
The Browns moved to 8-3.
The thing about this, though, is how is Cleveland going to react after 3 weeks of some of the worst weather I've ever seen? And now they're going to go down to Jacksonville. It's going to be all hot. It's going to be a bit odd to watch them steam it up down there. But, yeah, and then, here's what I wanted to say on this game. So my buddy texted me a tweet from Mark Long, who I guess covers the NFL. So did you all hear that Mike Glennon is going to start for Jacksonville?
Former NC State quarterback.
Yes,
Mike
so
Glennon.
old long neck himself, Mike Glennon, is back in action. The best part about this is Mike Glennon in 2017 got benched for Mitch Trubisky, who got benched for Nick Foles, who got benched last year for Gardner Minshew, who got benched this year for Jake Luton, who now got benched now for Mike Glennon. So it has come full circle in the threesome of quarterback garbage that is all of the names and teams that I just mentioned. So Mike Glennon getting the start. It will not matter. I think the Browns win. Giants at Bengals. I mean, Bengals, you heard Ben Mintz. Yeah, Bengals are done, dude. Bengals are done. Why don't the Bengals sign Danny Etling? They knew what they were doing.
Why?
That's what they were
Do you want him to get his head taken off too, T-Bob?
No, if you want to win, you got to sign Etling. That's my point.
No, if the
Think about this Burrow crap.
just need to hang it up. I mean, they're
Well, they actually probably feel the same way. I think they want to lose. I think they eventually want to fire Zach Taylor, and then they want Burrow to come back to a much stronger team later on down the road. Cardinals at Patriots Sunday at noon.
Yeah, Cardinals.
Yeah, I think so, right? And they need it. Get back on the winning track.
Yeah.
Dolphins at Jets. Speaking of get-right games, good one for the Dolphins here. I mean, no excuse for losing this thing.
There's no better get-right game in the NFL than the New York Jets, and there hasn't really been for a while.
Also, I hate to admit when I'm wrong, but Boog made me rethink my Tua Fitzpatrick takes. Maybe he's right. Maybe they were doing what Cincinnati failed to do. Make the tough decision that it just wasn't a protect their long-term investment quarterback. And it's just an angle that I hadn't considered before. So credit to Boog. And also I think that Boog's right about Brian Flores made so many solid decisions that, like, has he not earned some benefit of the doubt from stupid prognosticating talking heads like me? Not that it matters. Shout out to Boog, though. Dolphins win. Raiders at Falcons. I don't really care about this game, but the Raiders need this. The Raiders need this. They're almost back at 500 now. Were they 5-4?
No, they're 6-4.
Okay, they're 6-4. Okay, so they're better than I thought. Never mind. 6-4.
The Raiders are a playoff team.
I know
I've
they're a
been
playoff
yelling
team.
about this.
I thought they were 5-4. Okay, 6-4. Yeah, Raiders are going to roll then, I think. 7-4. Okay. Take a bow. Las Vegas. Saints Broncos. We talk about it all the time, but the Saints have too many advantages going into this game, including.
How do the Broncos score?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, how do they score against the Saints?
It would just have to be the Saints doing one of their inexplicable defensive performances, but which it doesn't look like they're doing that anymore. Fingers crossed.
And a lot of running in the snow.
Is it going to snow?
I mean, it's been snowing in Denver, so I'm
really
assuming it's going to snow.
Weather looks like 46.
Something I never really appreciated when I was a little kid, just what it would take to play in all these different climates like these NFL players do. Just be wild, dude, going from Louisiana. Having to deal with that. Sean Payton going the extra mile, though, and bringing in Trevor Siemian to get that inside info.
He actually last played for the Jets.
Yeah, chill out.
Not
Chill
the
out.
Broncos.
Okay, chill out. I know. I think it was like 3 years ago. I don't even know if the staffs are at all the same, but chill out. Inside info, Danny. Okay, don't expose my thread. Nobody is going to question when Trevor Siemian last actually paid for the Broncos. So just let my point exist, and we'll have people believe that it's right. A game that's been awesome. Maybe not this year, 49ers-Rams, 3:05 in the afternoon. Rams, they're too hot right now.
The Rams are too good, and the 49ers are just too beat up.
How's this for a little afternoon delight? The Kansas City Chiefs at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brady versus Mahomes.
The Buccaneers.
A chance to kind of break the Bucs back here a little bit.
They need this.
Yeah.
Think about where they were 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, no, I mean they were NFC. Remember they were the favorite for the NFC South for the NFC 1 seed,
and they could, and I hesitate to say most likely will find themselves at 7-5 after this weekend.
Yeah, I mean I agree. I think the Chiefs win. I think the Chiefs just look like. I love the Saints. I think the Saints look like a Super Bowl contender. I don't think the Saints will beat the Kansas City Chiefs. But we'll maybe get a little preview here in a couple weeks.
We talked about it a little bit yesterday off the air. I want to see the Saints pass rush against Patrick Mahomes with the way he can extend plays.
Yeah.
That is going to be a fascinating matchup.
I'm not looking forward to the Saints safeties against that receiving crew.
Our secondary's been good.
They've been good, but they ain't faced. I mean, look who they faced. They ain't faced Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs. Then again, nobody's like
the wide receivers, Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley.
Okay. Falcons were good. You're right. Falcons offense is good, but besides that, in this winning streak, I don't know if they've taken out anybody particularly impressive.
The Buccaneers, they shut down Mike Evans.
Oh yeah, okay. You know
shut
what?
Down Godfrey.
Chris Godwin. Yeah, you're right.
Godwin.
Okay, I stand corrected, Danny. There's a couple nice wins right there. But you're used to seeing those teams. You're not used to seeing the Chiefs, so we'll see. Sunday Night Football. Chicago Bears at the Green Bay Packers. Packers roll. Packers need this one. I mean, I say Packers roll, but they have been inconsistent, but Aaron Rodgers dominates the Bears, right?
Remember when the Bears were 5-0?
Yeah. Or was it 5-1? It doesn't matter. They were
whatever
awesome.
It was.
And what are they now, 5-5?
They're 5-5.
But it's like also the least surprising slide of all time.
The
right?
Bears
It's
cannot
like,
score points.
It's like exactly what everybody said was going to happen from the time they were 3-0 or 3-1 and then 4-1, whatever.
They did beat the Buccaneers. And Booger
they
still
did,
thinks
and I don't know how. I mean, how did that happen?
Buccaneers are better.
That is shocking. Again, the NFL parity rules. And then finally, Seahawks at Eagles, Monday Night Football. Seahawks win here. Which means, I mean, not like Seahawks defense is still really bad. Carson Wentz cannot exploit a bad defense. So it doesn't matter what the Eagles do here. So I think what this means is after this Sunday, the tie will no longer be enough to put the Eagles in first place because we'll have to have a winner out of Washington football team versus Dallas Cowboys.
And
somebody
the
has to
Giants,
win the game.
The Giants should beat the Bengals.
Yeah.
So you'll have two teams at 4 wins.
Boo! What? 2 NFC East wins in one weekend?
Unless there's a tie.
Okay, thank you, Danny. Good job. Way to maintain perspective.
Which the Cowboys and football team are very capable of doing.
Ugh. Did you know that the PFT said this? The Washington football team has the best pass defense statistically in the NFL.
Oh, sorry, Andy Dalton. Tough scene.
I mean, I don't think it means anything this year, but like going forward, Chase Young's been beasting. It's a pretty good base maybe from which to build. We'll have to wait and see. I hope they change the name football team though.
No.
So you like it? You're a fan of keeping it long term?
I think it's great.
Okay.
The Washington football team.
The one thing I do love
is quite
you,
literally what they are.
You could go straight European and start calling them like Washington FT.
Yeah.
Like, are you a big FT fan? Like, I'm kind of down for that.
I'm an FT fan, yeah.
Yeah, and then wait, Danny, you don't like that?
No, they gotta change football.
Why?
Team.
Washington
it's the
FT.
NFL. It's a bad look on the NFL.
It is kind of it is a scrub look
the
in the
Washington
NFL.
franchise is a bad look on the NFL.
That is true.
I don't even have a better point to make, so you're right. We'll end on that move. So that's your NFL preview. Come to next one to talk some Pelicans, and Brody Miller has a new article on The Athletic, which will thoroughly depress you, LSU fans. So stick around if you want to hear about that next here on OTBOT.
OTBOT.
Go to Hooters, your headquarters for football. We love to talk about it. You love to watch it. Hooters loves to let you watch it in the headquarters for football, which is Hooters. Duh. That's what we're doing the commercial for. They got the wings, the beer, the Hooters grills, the televisions, all the games. The new Seagull location was renovated last fall. It looks incredible, y'all. And so go into Hooters. You already know why, right? You love Hooters, I'm sure, if you're listening. But what if you can't make it in? What if it's full because of the pandemic? You got to stay at home. You invited people over. Bring the Hooters to you. First, you download the Hooters app on your phone. You get a free app when you do that. They also have a ton of food and drink deals if you like to go to Hooters a lot that you can take advantage of. Through the app, you can also order your wings to go, bring them to your home, right? So you don't have to worry about cooking, cleaning, anything like that. You can also go on HootersToGo.com. Obviously, there's all the delivery apps as well. So what are you waiting for, man? Whether you're going into the restaurant or not, Hooters is there for you on game day. They are your headquarters for football. Go to Hooters.com today.
Saints coverage, Chiefs, Cowboys, Thursday night, Sunday night, and Monday Night Football. From the opening kickoff to the playoffs and the Super Bowl, the NFL lives on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleanings.
Yo, join us for a Wednesday edition of Hanging with Hester and Handy, presented by Richards Honda from noon to 3. We'll be joined by Billy Lucci of TexAgs to preview the LSU versus Texas A&M matchup. Join us on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with T-Bob Hebert, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Making it, boys. Sonic speed. Straight to the end of the show, running around the loop-de-loops, making fun of Tails for being a nerd before getting bullied by Knuckles all the way through the end of this show. Speaking of getting bullied, boys, LSU could be in trouble this weekend. We did a statistical first pass a couple days ago, and we hated what we found, right? There's just no good matchup for LSU here. In fact, the things that LSU needs to do and does well, A&M perfectly suited to stopping those things. LSU needs to run the ball to get to 30 manageable and have success. A&M's one of two SEC teams allowing under 100 yards rushing per game. What's the best part of LSU's defense this year? Would y'all say the pass rush? I mean, right? The sacks, I would say. I mean, I know it's hard to choose any part, right? That statistically is the best. A&M has given up 2 sacks on the whole season. 2 sacks. They are third in offensive sack rate in the BCS, or in the FBS. If you're wondering where I'm getting some of these, numbers from, Brody Miller on The Athletic has a new article. Can LSU slow down Texas A&M offense? 3 factors will decide. But it was how he framed it through a tweet that really kind of broke me and Musso, which is Brody tweets, LSU's defense is off to a historically troubling start, and it has not even faced a top 30 offense yet. And then you get scared, you click on the article, and then you realize that, like, okay, at first, before I say this, ask yourself in your head, what do you think about the Auburn offense as a casual college football fan? Because chances are you don't think they're very good, right? We clown on Bo Nix all the time. They haven't been good in years. Well, the Auburn offense is the best offense that you've faced this year thus far. And Bill Connolly's S&P Plus, which is, I think, like the best whole metric to grade this sort of stuff, Auburn ranks 38th in the country. And look at what they did to you. And so despite the fact that, as we said, you are literally, I think, when you look at the context of the amount of games played and where you rank, you're in the 120s and the 1-teens in all the big play categories, but you've played less games than everybody else. I think you are literally the worst big play team in the country. And I think you are quite literally, I don't think you have to have any qualifiers there, the worst pass defense in the country when it comes to yards per attempt. They've been utterly horrible. And then so you realize that you're already there and you haven't even faced a top 30 offense. And look, I thought there was massive improvement versus Arkansas. Like, honestly, I don't think Arkansas has a lot of success if Ricks and Stingley get to stay in the game. And maybe I'm an idiot, maybe I'm crazy. But it doesn't matter because Arkansas is not A&M, they're not Florida, they're not Ole Miss, they're not Alabama. Those are the offenses that you have left to face, all in that top 30. And look, for Bo Pelini, this will ultimately decide it, right? Like it feels like maybe it's already been done or the decision's already been made, or it's certainly just from a pure football, again, not taking the economics into account. From a pure football perspective, I don't know how you could possibly keep him unless the defense was to play really well in these 4 games and go on a bit of a run. The sad part is I don't know if I see that happening. I think I probably see it going the opposite direction, and it just LSU starts to completely get buried by these offenses. So, again, like we said against Arkansas, even though Arkansas was not an explosive team at all coming in, against Arkansas, though, we learned a core truth about this LSU football team, which is that if the offense is on the field, the defense cannot be, and so you cannot give up points, which means that something like some of the drives LSU put together last game, while people are saying, oh, it's inefficient or it's this or that, it's also by design. And it was also the best path to victory. You're going to need more in this A&M game because I don't think you're going to be able to run the ball. Like, the only thing I can think of is T.J. Finley just stepping up and somehow playing out of his mind if you're going to win this, but I don't think you're going to. So really rough article. And it's filled with all kinds of depressing matchups like that. Though it's also got 3 areas, which if LSU can somehow play over their head, maybe they win. But go check out that article from Brody on the athletic.com. The YouTube chat. Daniel Basham, damn, T-Bob smokes Juuls and drinks hipster IPAs. All he needs is a man bun, then he'll be complete. I rocked the man bun last year. Also, I would like to be painfully clear that this Juul slander from Danny Cardenas, who due to his age almost certainly sucks down a robot Juul like every weekend, right? Based on your age, you probably do.
Not Sam.
I do. I know. Yeah, somewhere out there, Sammy's out there. No, I do not. I do not mess with the Juul. If I'm going to go down that route, I like the real thing. What were y'all talking about? Were y'all asking what kind of beer I like? And then you said hipster IPA?
No, Emil McClellan said, you want to bet the Chiefs beat the Saints on a beer bet. And I was like, you want a hipster IPA?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yes, of course, Emil. I mean, you already know. Emil's going to come with, like, this is the Belgian double ale. It's made by some beekeeping monks in Maine. They've carried over some of the old European recipes. Yeah. But, I mean, I like fancy beer, so I can't really talk. And, in fact, all Belgian beer is my favorite beer. All right, when we get back, we're going to wrap up with the Pelicans here on it's not a good sample, all outliers. What are we talking about? We'll explain yourself in the chat, Phil G. And we'll come back with more OTBOT next.
OTB, OT. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, if not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
In an eye out for danger. If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
To all of our heroes working on the front lines of this COVID-19 pandemic, your bravery and selflessness represent the very best of us, and we want to say thank you. I'm asking everyone around the state to join me in celebrating the heroism of our healthcare professionals on the 19th of every month at 1900 hours, that's 7 p.m. Write a note of appreciation, make plans to donate to charitable organizations, or say a prayer. To learn more, visit 19thanks.org. Thank you, and God bless.
T-Bob Hebert here with breaking news. Front to Back Boat Services is the shop to upgrade your boat tech this fall. With not one but two NMEA certified techs, who better to install your Panoptic sonar, your HD displays. You want to see the fish under the water before you even cast? They have that. Trolling motor you could control with your iPhone? They have that. So what are you waiting for? Get into Front to Back Boat Services right now. Upgrade your boat tech. Make your boating dreams come true. Front to Back Boat Services.
You may not know about the 4Kids Foundation, but you've probably heard of the Zurich Classic. And the Zurich Classic exists because of 4 kids. But it's what happens after the tournament that really counts. 100% of the proceeds are donated by the 4Kids Foundation to hundreds of local charities, totaling more than $40 million, all to help local children and families in need. 4Kids helps kids through golf, because every child deserves a shot at a brighter future.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for a Hump Day edition of AFR presented by Pluckers. We'll preview the weekend ahead in the SEC with Russ Mitchell. It's a Whiskey Wednesday. Taylor Calandro join us. 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB, OT, with T-Bob Hebert, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. Mandalorian talk going on. The commercial break. Danny knowing just the way to my heart. Okay. Phil, I disagree with you here, saying that the defensive struggles of LSU this year are not a good sample. And they're all outliers. The only outlier was not having Rickson Stingley last week. It's actually the exact opposite. Like, unfortunately, you have a great sample, and it's that you're horrible. But there has been improvement, but, I mean, you just haven't played good. Well, whatever. We'll wait and see. Real quick here, a couple thoughts on the Pelicans to wrap up today's show. I want to do this longer, but, time gets away from us at times. But the Pelicans yesterday agreed to a deal with Brandon Ingram, 5 years, $158 million. Wow, what a deal. Like when you work with DonaldsonGlassandBody.com and you need your car fixed, you get some incredible deals as well. So go ahead and check out DonaldsonGlassandBody.com for all of your car needs. Could be something like an oil change, you need an inspection sticker, and then obviously the collision repair is incredible. Remember, they will pick you up from the accident site, tow you, and drop you back off to your home. All the towing completely free. So Brandon Ingram signing a max deal. Look, well-earned Brandon Ingram. Now it's time for you to do your best Mike Thomas and Alvin Kamara impression. What did those guys do? They got paid, and they got better. Brandon Ingram's gotten better every year, but, the concern would be, will it be consistent, right? 24, 6, and 4 last year, shot 39% from 3. How about this? Made more threes last year in 60-something games than he had his entire career up to this point. And the dude's a gym rat. He's working 24/7. We know this. 2-a-days constantly. Brandon Ingram, glad you're here long term. We'll get into more Pels on Friday. Look, thank you to everybody who's hanging out with us in the YouTube chat. Musso, Danny, huge thank you to y'all. I'm very thankful for y'all. Great production work always. Very thankful to our listeners, our bosses, everybody else. Hope you all have a wonderful and blessed Thanksgiving. And we will be back Friday. Get you set for this football weekend. Fan Cave on Saturday, all that goodness. You already know to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Share with your friends. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. And, we will see y'all on Friday.
OTB, OT.